time. If I stop talking, I'll die. That's my curse. Hold the grouch. Are you gonna sing "I Love Trash"?
I'm not sure if we're live or not.
I saw something come up saying we were.
Yes, we are live. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
It's Schrodinger's horror podcast. Aren't we talking? What are we talking about? Hi, everyone.
We'll come up. We'll figure it out as it happens. Hi.
This year, I'm sorry, we're not sponsored by Count Chocula. I ate it all before the podcast.
Really? That's selfish.
I'm bad. I'm a bad person. I'm very bad. I need to be punished. So let's talk about horror movies we've been watching because they're horrible. I'm Evan Dorkin. This is Paul Yelovich. Yeah. And we're having Scott Dorward back.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Oh.
And Scott, before we start, could you look at me trying to sound like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah, you're very, very nice.
hello. We are not. I'm wearing a Phantasm shirt. I'm worse than middle-aged.
Yeah, you're a big boy.
Horror shirt with toys in the background. Shoot me twice. But Scott, what have you been up to? I follow the podcast, so plug away, please. What you've been up to?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean. Mostly.
Time's up, Scott. We don't have time for
this. For God's sakes.
Mostly I've been working on the Good Friends of Jackson Elias podcast, which I do with Matt Sanderson, which Evan's been on, and we have a variety of guest co-hosts come on and talk about stuff relating to Call of Cthulhu, horror films, weird fiction, and just basically anything horror related. And there's that.
It's great. I mean, I back it on the Patreon. I love it, and that's how it's ridiculous. It feels like it's been only a year or two, but it's actually been you guys have been chugging along. How many episodes?
Oh God, yeah. 320 something.
Jesus Christ.
We're hoping to get 20 one day. We've been doing it for like 18. I think we've been doing it before podcasts were invented. Yeah. We were just sitting in front of a lemonade stand and saying, hey, have you seen The Creeping Flesh? Come here, kid.
We're averaging a new podcast every 24 months at this point.
But it's nice that I like doing the live cast. I mean, it gets people into new movies. We learn about new movies. And also I plugged it yesterday, but Scott, you do your 31 days of movies on the blog, and somehow you survived Pieces in better shape than I thought you would.
Pieces was far from the worst thing that I saw.
No, but it is mind-blowingly dumb. It is just
it really is.
It's wonderful. I would think it would have been your favorite thing to watch. It is so stupid.
Well, he's a big Edward Purdom fan, as we all are. We just love the Edward Purdom. We saw it for the first time exhumed on a big screen, and it was
wow!
It was pee your pants hilarious with that audience
because we had no idea what to expect. There was nothing.
We thought it was a giallo. I didn't know it was it's Spanish,
and it's sort of it's Spanish. I mean, it's sort of a giallo. I mean, it's giallo shaped,
and it has Christopher George in it, so it feels it, and his wife is in it.
Yeah,
and it's nuts. When the guy comes out of nowhere to do kung fu and is dressed like Bruce Lee,
it counts.
Yeah,
it counts.
We had to yell it counts because at that time we were watching every we were tallying the kung fu movies, and there'd be arguments about whether a film counts. But basically, if a martial art is performed, for more than a few seconds, and so we're yelling out, "It counts!" and nobody the hell around us knows. But it's amazing because it almost looks like it's a producer's girlfriend kind of moment. It's like, why is the camera lingering on this person? Why were they doing kung fu? And then he just goes, "Okay, dude," and he leaves.
Oh, and then says in a really offensively bad Chinese accent that it was all down to bad chop suey.
And he's an Asian guy. That's what. It's a remarkable film, Pieces. And I think what is it? The poster says Pieces. It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, right.
But it isn't.
It is sort of. I mean, it is in the larger strokes. I mean, if you take out all those weird little moments, is exactly what you think it is.
Right.
And then, like every 5 minutes, there is something just so batshit crazy that you can't believe what you're watching.
It's an incredibly entertaining bad film, and the scene where Susan Day George just starts screaming, I think, bastards. Is just the most unsympathetic person in a horror movie that you're supposed to, because everyone is laughing from that scene, because that scene is insane.
Right.
It's great garbage.
The guy who does the kung fu is Bruce L.E., famous. because remember, it's Bruce L.I., Bruce L.E.,
Yeah.
Bruce Ly, Dragon Lee. So this guy was famous for doing clones of Bruce Lee movies. It was just like Bruceploitation. So it's weird that he should show up there. I don't know what he was. He was probably making a movie in Spain.
Yeah, Spain was going for that Hong Kong market,
Right.
Because they didn't have enough Anthony Wong mayhem. God, what's the name of that Anthony Wong film? Where he played? It's based on a true story, and it's one of the most. It's wretched in a. This is well done.
Oh, like the bun.
Yeah, he's serving human. But it's not human lanterns. That's a whole different. But yeah, he's serving people in his restaurant, and it's Anthony Wong is so deranged in this.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
and it's kind of sickening. I watched it while I was not feeling well, and it was not the right thing to do. It's like I stopped in the comic store real quick today. I was talking to Gore from JHU, and he says, "Have you ever seen this movie, A Dark Song?" And and my stomach started hurting. And so we were talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's an incredibly good, tough film to sit. It's depressing, but it's really good." And I said, "Watch that with Saint Maud. You'll have a fantastic weekend." And he just went, "No, yeah."
The Anthony Wong movie is The Untold Story.
The Untold Story.
It's 93.
Scott, you should check that out or put it on your next year's list.
I will add it to the list.
It's
Anthony Wong always looks weird because he always looks a little sweaty and kind of out of it. So he's very sweaty and murdery.
This is the most Anthony Wong.
Yeah.
It was very Wong. He actually goes bonkers in this. And he plays the guy flipping out and then murdering, but he also ends up in jail for a while. And it's just movie's insane, especially because it has that Hong Kong cinema thing of you're watching some of the worst acts you might have ever seen on a Hong Kong screen at that point. It does not care how old you are. You're gonna be dumplings and stuff. And but then there's comedy. There's off kilter, un-PC. Laughing it up with what's his face, Danny Lee, I think.
Yeah,
and it's a bizarre film. The tonal shifts are super strange.
Check that out.
What did I just see? That was the crazy. I guess before we really roll, Paul, did you just see the cat? That movie about the cat from space?
I tried to watch The Cat. I think it was called The Cat. I didn't get through it. It was a little tough.
No, it's great. It's very entertaining.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that the girl floating in the cat. I wasn't in the mood.
But then you get Peter Kwok. Did you get to Peter Kwok as the Terminator?
No.
You got to go through. Peter Kwok all of a sudden just goes, "I'm the Terminator," and it goes batshit crazy for about 30 minutes. It's another movie that just has comedy, and then people. Is it called? I think it's called The Cat, Scott, and it's based on a series of books. You might be familiar with it. Why can't I remember his name now?
It's the Wisely.
Have you ever heard of them? Because
it's a pulp character. He's like an occult investigator. That crazy movie where the guy gets hit by the van.
Seventh Curse.
Yeah,
he's played by Chow Yun-fat in that one.
Yeah,
and this is it's not. They don't carry it over. They don't go remember the Seventh Curse. It's a different actor, but he's kind of not in it as much as you'd expect. But then again, the same thing happens in Seventh Curse. Chow Yun-fat kind of leaves and then comes back. But yes, it's another one of these. Wisely, he's an author and an adventurer, and it involves space aliens, monsters, possessed gangsters, and Philip Kwok literally turns into like Hong Kong Terminator. Nothing can stop him. He's got a huge gun supply. It's nuts. I think it's worth seeing. There's bad on-screen, practical effects that are kind of like sort of like a budget version of muscle bodybuilder from they just red weird tendrils slapping people and burning them and then taking them into them. It's nuts. If you don't watch it too high, Paul, and I think you'll be able to get into it.
How dare you? Evan?
How dare I? Dare anything? Because I'm in a different house. You can't get me.
I know where you live.
I know how to lock the door. And the windows are up high. You can't get to me. I know where you live. How do you like? Wait, I know where you live.
And you're
Scott, can you take over after we're gonna keep
Yeah,
sure,
we're gonna change locations.
We're gonna meet the streets. So yeah, so should we? What do you want to start? What do you want to like officially kick off? Do you want to go through?
Well, I was saying,
look,
I've just been looking through, you know, my letterbox thing that, you know, the stuff I've watched horror wise since last we talked, since Scott was here last year, and I was saying there isn't a hell of a lot that really knocked me out. Like new stuff we were talking. Scott, did you see The Presence or Presence? It's a ghost movie.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. What the Steven Soderbergh one?
Yeah.
No, it's on my list, but I haven't got to that yet.
Yeah, that was weird. I figured you didn't see that, Evan.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to figure out my list, and it just looks like a blasphemous tome. It's just, this is what one of the pages looks like now. Right? What was Robert Crumb's brother, the one that was writing all the craziness?
Yeah, just don't swallow a towel.
No, I won't do that. I don't think I have a towel to swallow. But yeah, I mean, I watched some. Oh God, this is all like I watched Zardoz. That's not horror, but boy, oh boy, I finally got around to that. I rewatched a lot of things. I went through a found footage rewatch, but I can't. I watched. You know what? I did watch something that Scott had on a previous list for the Halloween. I watched Green Room.
Oh yeah.
And I liked it. I thought it was really. I thought it was going to be from what you wrote. I thought it was going to be even more horrible. But the thing that's horrible about it is how matter of fact the violence is.
Yeah.
In that it's not like Terrifier. It's not torture porn, but it feels
torturous. Realistic. Yeah.
Tough to. They don't linger on any of the violence. If you know what I mean. They're not saying, "Hey, check out our effects." It just happens. Yeah. And the way the characters go down, it reminded me, you know, of Call of Cthulhu. You know, people don't just keep getting up.
Yeah. Shit
happens to these characters, and they're like investigators. They are not prepared. They are a bunch of pale white. There's only one guy who knows how to fight. And it goes the way you'd expect it to go. It's kind of super tense. And I'm watching. I'm going. I wonder if this takes place in Portland. I mean, in Oregon, it did. But I was really surprised how much I liked it, and I was holding my breath a lot. Like, and it's a very depressing film.
Yeah, depressingly topical.
yeah, definitely. I mean, but it was just the way everybody was matter of fact about handling a situation made it more horrible. There was no cackling. There was nobody doing this. It was all business, racism, hatred, and disgusting people. But they're not gibbering idiots. They're not drooling monsters.
Yeah.
And that made it worse. It was not Last House on the Left or anything like that. And it was just, you feel trapped with these people because you know these people are out there. It really did feel like, you know, it felt like it was based on a real incident.
Yeah.
And it was just you know,
harrowing.
It didn't have the happiest of endings, but it actually wasn't as horrible as I was expecting, because it was just so like, you know, if you're what are you gonna do? You're gonna die. It's just fucking. I found it very, very tense, very, very rough.
That was weird. Did Evan's mic just get very loud for everyone?
Yeah, very.
No, everything's
just for a moment. In this
oh yeah, we got a Ghost Watch thing going on.
Ghost Watch, yay!
Well, Scott, is there anything this year that you watched that you would really recommend? That you know, knocked out.
My top 3 picks for the year. There's a Finnish film I watched called Hatching, which is really odd. It's about a young girl, I think she's meant to be about 12, who is living in the suburban household. Her mother is the kind of person who puts absolutely everything on social media and wants to present her family as the sort of the ideal Finnish family. It's a Finnish film. And, you know, in this picture perfect world, she ends up She ends up raising this hatchling, this egg that she rescues from a dead bird in the woods, that hatches into this absolutely horrendous humanoid bird monster that starts living in her closet and metamorphosing, and it's this really weird mixture of monster movie, body horror, and family drama with some great black comedy mixed in.
Sounds
And
good to me.
it's just one of the wildest, most original films I've seen for a while. Definitely recommend that one.
Where'd you catch that?
That's on Shudder.
Oh, right. Which I keep forgetting. Paul would keep giving me codes, and I would like go to sleep. And
I always never find enough on Shudder. Speaking of rewatch, I rewatched Cure for the first time in years.
I need to. I love
Oh,
those.
man.
The Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
Does it hold up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it really does. And if you're willing to sit down and pay attention, it all makes sense. There isn't. I remember it feeling a little odd the first time I sat down and watched. I don't even know how good the copy was then or the translation.
We watched that over at your house.
Yeah,
A whole bunch of us. Yeah, I mean, this goes back a ways.
Yeah, that movie's from '97, and we probably didn't see it till the early.
Remember,
2000s.
we kind of went on a kick. We watched Charisma. We watched Pulse.
Audition.
All right. Well, Audition is Takashi Miike, right?
Oh, well,
we were ripping through all, but I mean, we got we as many Kurosawa films as we could find. But yeah, we were going through the Ring films. We watched the Korean Ring back then over at your house.
Oh wow.
We watched that Uzumaki. It was we fell down a rabbit hole for a while. I don't remember most of it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much good Japanese horror that was out at that time.
It was a
real boom time.
Yeah.
We had a friend who hated it because he had only seen. We had gotten our hands on a movie that was based on Ito, his manga.
It was the Scarecrow movie.
The Scarecrow movie,
which is not good.
It was not very good. And our friend was like, all Japanese horror is just this. It's like
that Fletcher or Paul.
No, it was Girardi. Yeah, it was. Girardi.
Of course, it was Girardi because he's just what I mean. He's just like, oh, well, all Japanese movies are terrible.
Well, not all Japanese movies.
Yeah, I know. But he just frustrating human being. I would like to see his podcast on film. Well, I liked Fargo and everybody hated it. Oh, whatever. we almost always were the opposite of whatever he liked. If he liked something, everybody else didn't. If he did, he was just antimatter in the movies. I kind of liked it. There's a bunch of Japanese stuff I want to talk about later. So I did write it down. But so what's the second film, Scott?
Actually, a Japanese one from a couple of years back called Best Wishes to All.
That looked really interesting. I read the post on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of thing that, in the wrong hands, could have been a really ham-fisted morality tale, because it's one of these films where it's got a message, and the message is very much about the human impulse to exploit other people. I mean, that's really what it's all about. But it introduces a supernatural element to that, and. But kind of like Pieces, what makes it special is that there are just moments of absolute what the fuck weirdness all the way through. Where one of the weirdest, most upsetting scenes in a film that's got some really grotesque body horror and violence in it. One of the most upsetting scenes is where this young woman is hiding in her grandparents' house, hiding under a table, and her grandmother and grandfather just sit down at the table, and the grandmother just starts sucking on the grandfather's finger. And she's watching this from under the table as the grandmother's just really getting into sucking this thing. And I don't know.
We're all thinking about grandparents right now, and it's absolutely killing me. I'm like, oh God, stop them now. I'm afraid of that one. That's weird. It's like it reminds me how like in Brain Dead or Dead Alive, for all the mayhem that's in there, the pus in the porridge it sends them out of the doors. It's just. It was something simple but horrifying. I don't want to see any octogenarian sucking stuff. So what's number
yeah,
one on your hit parade?
my favorite film of the month was what I watched yesterday, which was Bring Her Back, a film that came out this year from
I haven't
the
seen it, but
Filipino
I've heard
brothers.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same brothers who made Talk to Me a couple of years back, which I absolutely loved.
I'm trying to remember Talk. I think I may
Talk
have
to Me
seen
is the
it.
one with the hand. It's like a statue of a hand.
I thought you said you
that
liked
when-
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was with that like 80, not to go off topic. I really liked a
Yeah.
lot of things about it.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of things about that. It also had a really interesting pace.
Mhm.
I liked the characters and I liked where it ended up, but there was a I just didn't love the way it started to unfold at the end, like the
Oh,
last
right.
minutes.
Oh.
But there are scenes in it that I thought were fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, what
Riveting.
impressed me about Talk to Me more than anything else was that it wrong-footed me badly, because it starts off, you feel like it's going to be a fairly average teen horror film,
Yeah.
and it's kids out at parties doing unwise things and messing around.
Very
with
unwise,
films.
yeah.
Yeah, and then as it goes on, it just gets darker and darker and
Yeah.
darker, and
Yeah.
it's
I would recommend it and to people and let them it's not like a don't stay away from it kind of film. It's got it just that for like the first like 30 minutes you're just going no, but you can
Yeah.
kind of believe that they do these things too, that
Oh,
they would, because it looks like a party game that doesn't have it's the whole thing seems to be about drugs too.
Yeah.
The whole drug it's not very subtext. It's Garth Marenghi subtext.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a sad movie. Also, there's some.
Oh God, heartbreaking.
There's such a what's that movie? The Sadness. Let's talk about.
yeah.
Let's talk about the one that the Bring Her Back first, because I don't want to.
No. So Bringing It Back is every bit as soul destroying as Talk to Me. In fact, possibly even more so.
Great.
It's about this stepbrother and sister who are being raised by their father, and he dies, and so they suddenly find themselves in foster care, and they're put in the care of this woman who has already got a foster kid who is a bit weird, and then it sort of starts unraveling that she's a sort of this almost, I guess, sort of associated with a cult, and that she's trying to find a way to bring back her dead daughter who drowned in their swimming pool a couple of years back, and it just gets more and more horrible. There is a scene about halfway through involving a knife that is one of the most grotesque things I've ever seen on screen. I mean, I just recoiled from that.
I'm scared of this one.
And it has Sally Hawkins.
You should be. You should be.
Yeah,
Right? It has Sally Hawkins in it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And she's great.
Yes.
it's interesting. Isn't Talk to Me also have step kids?
I think
Isn't
so,
that a mixed?
yeah.
Isn't that a mixed family? I think
I think it is. Yeah.
she's either adopted or it's a second, or it's a remarriage or something like that. Because the girl, she acts like she doesn't like the brother or something like that.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
she drags them
yeah.
along to a few things. That's interesting. And it's two brothers who do these films.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's their bit, or that's their
Working out
something they
something.
return to. I liked Talk to Me enough that I would definitely check out anything that they did, unless it made me feel worse than I already do living in the world. I mean,
it will, Evan. It will. This is not a happy film.
Great. I mean, because the thing is, it's amazing how downer. I mean, so many films are such downers, or just.
Yeah.
I watched something called Men, and I'm still not sure what I feel.
Oh, yeah, I could never
the
get through
Scarlet one.
Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of things about it. I think it's interesting. I don't think it completely works,
Yeah.
but it's certainly weird.
Right.
Hmm.
Now, have you seen Oddity yet?
No, I haven't seen Oddity.
Oh yeah, that's a
I
good
really
one.
liked Oddity. Yeah.
What's Oddity? Is that connected to? Is that the same people or the?
No, but
it's an Irish film. No.
Yeah, but for some reason, Men and Oddity remind me of each other. There's something similar about it. I don't know whether
Are they A24 films? Because I didn't know. I try to go in blind on a lot of
No,
things.
I think it's just it's whatever foreignness or something.
Right, sure. Because I watched
It's made by the same people who made Caveat a few years back. If you ever saw
Right, which
that.
is also very good.
because I watched after I watched that, I ended up I guess the algorithm got me to watch an Irish film called A Hole in the Ground, which
Oh yeah.
I like parts of. I think that there's another film that's very similar to it, also made in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Change, and it almost has the same ending.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
What was that?
it's an interesting small.
Is that You're Not My Mother or something like that? The other one?
I forget what it is, but it's another. Yeah, go back and get your kid.
Oh, and there's also the Hallow, which is a bit along those lines.
That's what it
well,
was.
Yeah.
It was the Hallow. And
Yeah.
it's almost like these films are made for people who don't know about changelings and about the Fae, because and they're small budget. I mean, I love the subject, so I'll sit through almost anything that's got changelings or the Fae or and the accents are great and the land looks beautiful. So I didn't think it was terrific, but it was worth checking out. I mean, all those.
I mean, if you want to see a kind of folk horror adjacent film that will really depress the fuck out of you,
My pen's out. Okay, hit me.
The Devil's Bath, which I saw this year, is an Austrian film. It's set in 18th century Austria, and it's basically about this woman who gets married, and the marriage isn't happy, and she becomes more and more alienated and depressed, and at the risk of getting into spoiler territory, it's very much about what happens, what you're driven to in a society where the most unforgivable thing is suicide, but you're suicidally depressed. And
do you have any upbeat recommendations?
Yeah. Well, so far, Pieces is the happiest show on earth is fucking Pieces. About a guy building. Yeah,
oh my god!
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Scott, how do you live through all this?
That film broke me.
You didn't watch it. Well, I know what else was. I'm trying to remember what was on your list. I know you watched Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is coming to it really late. But I unfortunately had to agree with you on. I think I love the movie. It's not great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good creature.
Great bits of business. The swimming suit is beautiful. The shots of him swimming underneath the woman are terrific, but it's got a location that really limits what they can do. And it's just not very creative beyond the suit.
No, it's the same cycle round and round again. It's
all three films, unfortunately, all the creature films are disappointing. But the first one is perfectly fine 50s monster stuff. And it's just got the best suit.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. If you ever want to see a funny clip, when Abbott and Costello were making Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, they were on a variety show. The clip is on YouTube. And they were Universal. It was a Universal picture, and they have an appearance by the creature. And it's really interesting to see the creature on a stage, how big the suit is, and how good it looks. And it actually has a jump scare, which was pretty damn good. And the audience screams. It's pretty damn cool. But yeah, it's a funny bit of business, because the creature was coming out around the same time, or it was a re-release or whatever. But yeah, it's a beautiful suit. I mean, it's just one of the best monsters ever made. I always like the monster of Piedras Blancas, which looks like his angry cousin. If you've ever seen that film, the film about the monster that keeps coming up around a lighthouse, and it's famous. It's not a spoiler because it's in it pulls some guy's head off and walks around with it, which is really weird for a 50s movie.
Yeah,
and it's a full body suit, and it just looks like a really pissed off mutant creature from the Black Lagoon. It's pretty cool. It's not great, but it's another. But yeah, creatures are weird. I came to it kind of late too, and I was like, I want to love this movie, but I only love the monster. And the one, I forget who the actress is. She's terrific. But it's
though her part isn't.
no, because I mean it's just they're on a boat, and then they're in the water, and then they're back on the boat.
Yeah, and she is mostly there to be argued over and to wear a swimsuit. I mean, there's even that line about how mad they must be to go up the Amazon with a woman on board.
I know. They always have to drag one woman has to go looking for the mummy or the vamp. The scenes where she's swimming and the creature is swimming upside down beneath her are fantastic. You can tell Guillermo del Toro was struck by lightning during that scene because he fish fucking, and but it is a beautiful scene. It's one of the it's a scene that stands up with a lot of the Universal stuff, but the movie it's all the monster, and really it's just special effects and nothing. I've seen it like 3 times, and it's really hard for me to remember exactly what happens.
Yeah,
I mean, you do feel sorry for him, like a lot of the other monsters, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer because you especially when you see it late in life and you've heard so much about it. It's one of the classics.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm like 90% sure I must have seen it on TV as a kid, but it's one of these films where if I did, I can't remember anything about it, so it's not like I was going to it fresh.
The creature is the most memorable thing.
Did we get a 3D thing with that? Was
Yeah.
there a time?
Yeah.
Like there was something about like in the early 80s, there was a trend to do 3D again. So you could go to convenience stores, 7-Eleven, and buy glasses,
and they would coming at you.
Yeah,
coming at you in 3D, which I didn't see.
What was it? The skull that's only 3D when the skull comes out. The Mask.
Remember they showed it on Channel 11, but I couldn't get glasses for it. That's a weird film, the 60s Mask, with the Aztec mask. A lot of people encountered it because it was in research with Strange Films.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's a beautiful picture. Yeah. It's a weird looking film that's not great, but has this like 60s TV quality, this intense Twilight Zone or Outer Limits quality, and there's some shots in it that are fantastic. It doesn't really come together as a whole package, but it's worth seeing. And that put the mask on now. It was like the commercials were great. Yeah. I don't even know. Did it work well on TV? Did you see, Paul? Did you see any of the 3D stuff?
I had a couple. I forget which ones I watched. I think Soupy Sales also like hosted a couple of them.
The soup phone.
Oh, someone's asked. Are we interested in?
Have you seen the Del Toro? Has anybody seen the Del Toro Frankenstein?
Not yet, but I want to.
I have this thing. I don't like him. I've realized I really don't like him.
You don't like him, or you don't like his films?
No, I don't like his films. I think he's.
I'd love to be his best friend because he looks like he has the best house.
He's amazingly talented. I understand the love for him, but it is honestly, it's difficult to explain. But all his movies leave me cold and wanting.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen enough of them to make a full opinion because I've seen some. I've seen his. Well, we all watched Kronos at your house.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought we all thought it was great.
Kronos. I actually went to see that in the city.
I gotta I gotta watch that again because we all felt we were.
Really I love that.
I remember we were not bantering. We were quiet and we were involved, and it was like, oh shit, don't do that. Don't be good to that again. It was a really good film. I mean, what is it? Small, right?
It's small. It's intimate. It's weird.
He's like the benevolent Peter Jackson. I mean, not that Peter Jackson's hurting anyone, but I wish he'd just stop, because it's like these people make these small, goofy films and they invest so much of their personality into it, and then they get money and everything is set dressing and everything is long and everything is big. But I haven't seen the films that people love of his. I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
I went to Pan's Labyrinth with everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it. Everybody went. They were like, and I'm like, I really didn't like it. And so
really,
yeah.
Oh God. That's one of my favorite films.
I can understand why. Again,
small
it's not
heart, very small heart, Paul.
I know.
You gotta open up that hoop. You gotta go to.
But it's like Kubrick. I don't like Stanley Kubrick films.
I like Kubrick. I don't like every film, but I like.
I think he's brilliant. I think he's a great director. Again, he just leaves me cold.
No, it happens. But I've seen the films that don't really reflect his career anymore. I've seen Hellboy, which is a film that I would love to love. It's amiable. Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
It looks great. It has a great suit. He's great in the part, and the script.
Nothing that they do is interesting.
Yeah,
and the pacing is terrible. Because he's such a fan that it gets in his way in that movie. He wants to introduce all these characters. He doesn't need Abe Sapien in it, but the character itself is sort of the emotional heart of the movie.
I remember
when he leaves, there's a hole in the movie. When he's gone, you're like, but where's his comedy relief Spock? Where's his Spock?
I remember arguing with you at the time that I hated the guy they introduced to be the exposition.
Oh, I hated him too.
It's like, why the fuck do we need this?
Why do we need to be? Why Hellboy is good enough to get behind. Between him and Abe Sapien, what's going on here. Also, X-Files had come out. You don't need to be introduced. You don't. Right. We've seen Men in Black and the we know what this is like. We know the organization. Yeah. We don't need a half hour of, oh look, there's a funny thing in a tank there. We don't need the Buckaroo Banzai extra shit at the beginning.
Did either of these
they spend more time with those agents than just plain agents fighting those dog monsters, and it just does not gel. And at the very end, they shove in the Selma Blair character. I forget and they all talk about how she's basically like dangerous to have on board. Why the hell are you putting her on board then? Why is she in the movie?
Yeah,
it's a likable mess because it's so good-hearted, and it's
right.
There's that one scene where they've got the tentacles coming out, the Cthulhian clouds and tentacles. It's a great looking scene, and the movie just doesn't work as an action film, as an occult film.
Have either of you seen the last two?
No.
No, I've seen the
There's
one.
three.
Well, no, I don't mean the second.
Del Toro did the second one.
Right, that I think.
Then there's another two after that.
There's another two, The Crooked Man, which is supposed to be absolutely horrific, and the one that they made that nobody went to see.
Right, but I kind of like that.
I saw that one as well. I don't know. It just left me cold. It was a more coherent film than either of the Del Toro ones, but I don't know. It felt soulless to me.
And it was pretty cheap.
The Del Toro stuff just goes off into the second one. Looks like it's a movie about the Fae, and Hellboy just shows up to be in his. He's not even in his own movie.
Oh,
I mean, it's just
that.
He puts in too much. I mean, a Hellboy movie should just be a superhero movie with monsters, and the occult and folklore and shit. And I don't know why, but it's amazing how they keep trying. There was an animated version. I mean, I love the comics.
Yeah. And the two animated films I remember as being quite a lot of fun, better than the
I should check those out. But yeah, I've only seen those two, and then the one he did was a work for hire, Mimic, which was terrible. And doesn't feel like anything.
The Devil's Backbone is really good.
Those are the two I have to sit through, but they're pretty long, so I'm just always choosing absolute garbage like Help Me, I'm Possessed. What a great title. Help Me, I'm Possessed. But anything that you hated on your list? I read most of the reviews, but I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few that disappointed me.
Were they happy? Did they have happy endings?
Yeah. I think the film that I was most disappointed.
Saint Maud was too funny.
The film I was most disappointed by, I guess, was A Cat in the Brain.
It stinks. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say anything to you about it.
No.
I believe a lot of it is chopped up material from other films too.
And it shows.
It's supposed to be some runoff. It shows.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. The thing is, the premise, I mean, actually could have been a really interesting film with Fulci becoming sick of the violence that his imagination keeps bringing up, and is becoming more and more disgusted with the films he makes. And I think that's a really strong premise. And then you get about half an hour of that, and then suddenly he goes and sees the psychiatrist who hypnotizes him and convinces him that he's actually committing the murders that the psychiatrist is. Except we never see any indication that Fulci believes he's committing the murder.
He's such a good actor too.
I know.
Such a good actor.
Fulci's he lights up the screen. You remember him as the guy who handed somebody.
He didn't look confused or didn't know where he was.
Remember him as the guy who handed somebody papers and said, "Go do this in New York Ripper."
Right. And, isn't he a coroner that may or may not be eating a sandwich?
Third coroner and beyond. He's Cat in the Brain is just bottom of the barrel. It's just it's got nothing.
I don't know. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought as a premise it could have been interesting. It's just that he didn't deliver on it. And like you say, I mean, it clearly is just chopped up bits of other films, and that, I mean, again, that could have worked, but it doesn't.
It's got a great title. I mean, one of those great Italian titles, Cat in the Brain. That sounds
good poster.
Yeah.
But
there is a movie that has a cat in the brain. What's that movie on the boat?
Oh, The Uninvited.
The Uninvited is There's a second. Right. You weren't happy with the 1944 or whatever it is Uninvited film.
No.
I liked it. I think I have more of an enjoyment of the old Hollywood system, and to me, I think it's a charming film.
I mean, it's charming, I guess, but I don't know. I just found it.
Well, people do laugh.
Uninspiring.
I mean, there are I believe that there's some romance and people live. So I guess that's not a film for you. They didn't have too many. They didn't have too many slaughter films in the 40s. You know what I mean?
Not enough fucking death.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like Ray Milland.
Yeah.
I like the
Oh,
spookiness
yeah.
of it. I mean, I haven't seen it in quite a while, but it's also
No.
I have a fondness for creaky old films like that.
I think one of the things that perhaps I didn't like about it was I'd just read Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca, and I could see how much that The Uninvited wanted to be Rebecca.
Well,
but
it's
just
based on a popular a book.
Yeah.
And I haven't haven't gotten the book because it's expensive, and I'm curious about it. But I haven't read it. But yeah, it's based on a book that was a bestseller at the time. You know, they had a lot of Rebeccas. And a lot of Rebeccas, and then later on a lot of Hill Houses.
Right. I just wanted to circle back to this to see if Scott had seen it. This
thing's hilarious.
Bro, this is about a monster cat that's inside another cat.
I think I have.
It's unbelievably stupid, and it's very. I love that it's called body horror, but it's they should have like the thing animal body horror. It's not, you won't see anybody's body.
Oh my god!
It has it's a radioactive cat inside a cat, and it shoots out like the alien's mouth at people.
Right.
And it's
jerk offs on a boat.
It really is one of the stupidest fucking movies.
Yeah.
I remember laughing a lot. So it's a different. Almost every review goes, there's another in Uninvited. It's very different. You know, this one doesn't have there's the one with everybody wears suits and is polite, and there's table rapping, and then there's a cat that's in a brain and shoots out and kills people.
Isn't there also a UFO movie called The Uninvited? I'm pretty sure there is.
Oh geez, I shall look it up. What years?
I mean, maybe about 1990 or late.
It's getting so hard to find a movie now. Actually, I think there's an Uninvited that shows somebody out a window. There's a slasher, I think. Maybe I'm misremembering. But you look up a movie, and unless it's called Cat in the Brain, you find there's 12 movies.
Well, and even the Cat in the Brain wasn't called a Cat in the Brain originally. I mean, the title card in the film says, "What's it, Nightmare Concert" or something like that. So what the fuck?
There's also The Uninvited from 2009, which is an American remake of the South Korean film A Tale of Two Sisters.
I've seen that. I've
what a
seen
great movie.
Unfortunately, I've seen the remake, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. And it pissed me off because I did not know it was a remake of a movie that I wanted to see, and then I end up seeing I think an Indonesian, or was it Malaysian, take on it. So now it's been ruined by two not very good. Well, the American Uninvited movie is awful. It's just
it's hard to believe.
It's just such a Hollywood slick nothing film.
I didn't get on with The Tale of Two Sisters.
Really?
I mean, I thought it was really nicely made, but I had the same problem as I had with Goodnight Mummy, the Austrian film, which is that, I mean, they're both really nicely made films, but they're both predicated on twists that Tom Tryon did with The Other back in like 1970.
Yeah.
And you know.
I like that film, by the way. I think that's a really cool film.
What, The Other?
Yeah, I haven't read the book. I've been wanting to read that, but
I've never seen the movie because the twist was spoiled for me, so I've just never.
I'm the same way. It's like I still haven't. I'll never see The Sixth Sense because it was, oddly enough, it wasn't spoiled for like a decade, so I wasn't mad. But a DJ was talking about it on WFMU, and I went, "Oh, okay." You know, I'm not good at guessing twists. You know, I'm good at seeing. It's like there's a movie. The movie "Don't Torture a Duckling,"
right? Yeah,
is one of the few movies where I just went, and it wasn't because of the plot. It was because of the presentation, because the way things were set up, the way things were shot and introduced, and I went, "Oh shit, that's our killer." Well, then again, I mean, when you deal with Italian horror, very often you could just go, "Who's in the church?" They did it.
Right. But then you also get things like House of Laughing Windows. When you go, you're not going to guess that one.
No. Have you seen that, Scott?
Yes.
Oh God,
it's been restored. I'd really like to see a clean version of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that on screen. I would love to see that on screen. But yeah, any more hatred films you hate? Any more happy films that you didn't like? You know,
Me?
The Gate is a feel bad movie.
I can talk about films I liked.
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay, either of you see Hollywood 90028?
No,
Never even heard of it.
It was, I think, for a while thought lost and has been found. It's from 73.
Ooh.
It's this very odd
What's the number on it?
exploitation.
92008 or
90028.
okay, thank you.
It is about a photographer who likes to kill people, but it's all around Hollywood of the time.
Okay.
So it's exploitive, and then it feels like it's a love letter to LA. And again, this is weird, not to spoil anything, but the ending is infamous for the kind of guerrilla thing they did at the end of it. And
okay.
I think it's a really interesting watch if you like that kind of gritty 70s odd shit.
I'm on a big kick of that because I finally got a copy of this. Which I've been living with for the last 2 weeks, and I've seen more films in this than I expected. I mean, I think we all have probably. But what this book does, Nightmare USA, it's actually a UK publisher and writer, Stephen Thrower, his name is.
Right.
And what he does is it's all 1965 to 1980, I believe. And what he's got a review section like, most books do. But what he does is when he just called up the people who made all these drive-in theater films. It's all American, but Grindhouse, drive-in movies, exploitation, mostly horror. Actually, it's pretty much all horror. Regional stuff that was not backed by a studio. And when he was able to get the filmmakers, they sat down for interviews and they talk about how the movie got made, how they got funded, where people showed up, how things fell apart, who got, almost everybody got screwed. But he does a big write-up. The films that they cover are things like Messiah of Evil, the known quantity things. He talks to them about Messiah of Evil. He talks to the makers. He reviews Let's Scare Jessica to Death and Phantasm. People who didn't, I guess he couldn't find them. But he tries to find, the producers, anybody he can. And it's just, he does a big thing on the Deadly Spawn, which I haven't read yet. I've seen a lot of these. He goes into in the opening is a big rundown of everything. So he covers Romero, the usual suspects, but he talks to the oddballs. He has I Drink Your Blood. There's a interview with the guy who made a few of those films. And real quick, I mean, he talks about Gord, Centerfold Girls, Deadly Spawn.
Where's this book from, Kevin?
It's from. I went looking up something about it, and supposedly he's supposed to be working on a sequel. It's from. Oh, brother, probably find out quicker than 2007. It's from FAB Press, and this is like the 7th. 2020. Wow, wait a second. It first came out in 2007.
Okay.
It looks like I have a new edition, but I mean, like, if you look at, I don't know if you can see it with my bad camera.
No, not really.
No, but these are all. I can read them better. Deadly Spawn, Dream No Evil, Centerfold Girls, Last Rites, Phantasm, Lenore, Graduation Day, The Possession of Nurse Sherry, which is Don't Go in the Woods. He talks to the guy who made Don't Go in the Woods, which is that crazy ass movie, which I saw in the theaters, which is the most. It's. Have you seen it, Scott? It's a slasher.
I don't think so, no.
It takes place in the middle of nowhere, and it's infamous for having a woman roller skating on a mountain, and a guy in a wheelchair. Throughout the entire movie, the guy in the wheelchair is trying to get to the summit of this mountain. It just introduces characters the way when you play D&D and the one new kid keeps getting killed, keeps bringing a character in. The movie will go all the way to the right to show a new group, a new family shows up,
Yeah.
and it's just unbelievable. Revenge of Lady Street Fighter, Attack of the Beast Creatures is in here. He doesn't love it as much as I do. Alabama's Ghost, which is a really weird fucking movie, by the guy who did. He interviews him. He's an artist who made like 3 films, and Alabama's Ghost is like a musical horror. It's bizarre. It's available, I think, on YouTube. But he also made God Monster of Indian Flats, which is bizarre film. I think that was his last one. The Slayers, Fiend. Oh, a lot of Don Dohler in here. A lot Blood Freak, Brain of Blood, The Fart. I mean, it's the Great Spider Invasion. Crater Lake Monster, Suicide Cult, which I've never seen. The Nesting, The Scaremaker, which is I think Girls' Night Out. It's so much fun to go through this, and just like all of it, Messiah, Soul Survivor. He writes up Soul Survivor, which is a movie I love.
Oh right, yeah, another movie I need to rewatch.
I need to rewatch it. Actually, that would be a nice one to cover because I just absolutely really dig that one. He points out a really good thing about that one is that not just the high concept, but that it's a movie that's interesting because in zombie films, the zombies just spread out and look for anything. And this is technically a zombie movie where they're just looking for one person, which is really crazy. You know, you've never seen it, Scott?
No.
Oh, it's really worth seeing. And I didn't. There's nothing spoiled if you Soul Survivor. Yeah. Interesting. I don't want to keep talking too much, but I finally saw the movie that a lot of people say Soul Survivor reminds them of, or vice versa, which is the Final Destination films.
Right. Did you watch all of them?
All but I didn't see the new one, and I think the 4th one, which everyone hates, I think that's the 3D one, which is a funny idea based on the high concept. It makes sense to try 3D. I watched the 1, 2, 3. I think I watched 4 of them, or 3 of them. No, 4. I really liked the first one. Or the rest of them. Although driving home from see a truck with logs, and I got the hell over the left lane. I'm like, that scene in Final Destination 2 is fantastic, but it's the whole movie, nothing else. I mean, it's such a dunderheaded film. I mean, the police take people in for questioning for a car accident, like a road accident that they weren't really involved in. And I'm like, it's just dumb. But the first one had an interesting idea that anything can kill you, and the paranoia is really good, and the characters are likable. And then they just start shafting in really unlikable characters. You know, I'm a coke fiend. I'm a dick. It wasn't necessary, but you know, it's fun to watch people get theirs, like a mouse trap.
If you like that, I mean, have you seen The Monkey, which came out this year?
No, I haven't.
I only saw part of The Monkey. It was another one that I was like, okay, I'm not in the mood for this. I'm the worst person. I am the Grouch.
Yeah. You are the Grouch.
I am the Grouch.
You should have to watch that Grouch movie, the live action Grouch movie, the Grinch movie. Thing. I reel it back. I confuse the Grouch with the Grinch because you're coat. The Grinch can have a coat too.
Right.
Shut up. Shut up. Boo boo baby.
Yeah, that was good.
But yes, you might like The Monkey. I mean,
there's a lot to catch up.
I mean, it's almost like a Final Destination film, except much more ludicrous. I mean,
I think the Final Destination
it's a funny film.
To me, the Final Destination films seem like perfect teenage dating films, or
right.
I mean, they're like it's an interesting concept in that it's a slasher without a slasher in it. And I like the idea that the slasher is fate or death. You don't even know. But it feels palpable in the first movie. In the first movie, they do a good job of making it feel like the force is palpable, that there is a thinking, malevolent accountant clearing the books. And they fool you with the Tony Todd cameo. And the other movies, of course, fumble that completely, you know. But I mean, I just think the first movie is much better than I was expecting from a slick Hollywood teen film, especially. And the others were kind of what I expected the first one to be. Much more mechanical, much less human. much more superficial. There's still fun stuff in them because, you know, it's Rube Goldberg death sequences. But I mean, it does. The other ones really beg the question. The first one has these really interesting scenes where, you know, people are getting off by their household items, you know, and the other ones are kind of like, is Death just a bastard or is he incompetent? Because he keeps missing some of them, and then it's like they know that the other ones know that there's It's very self-aware. They actually go out of their way to fool you with kind of extended fake jump scares. They're like, we know the pattern of the movie, so we're going to watch these flames or we're going to watch this water, and it has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't go anywhere. Nobody gets hurt. And it's kind of a jerky way to make a movie, for me at least. But yeah, the monkey, I will put that one down here too. So is the monkey depressing also? Do monkeys die?
No.
No, it's kind of really gory slapstick.
Right.
I like that.
It's based on the Stephen King story. The
right.
Yeah.
The Symbol Monkey.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being gory though. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I don't remember a lot of things in Stephen King movies that were in the books or the books themselves.
I mean, it's so long since I read the story that I don't remember.
Right, same here.
Whether the film follows it at all, but the film, you know, as its own thing, is a lot of fun.
Cool.
But Scott, have you seen Long Legs? That's the same director.
Yeah, Oz Perkins. I've seen all of his films, I think. Long Legs, I was ambivalent about. I thought it had a lot of really cool atmosphere.
It looked great.
Yeah, and story-wise, in particular, the resolution, it didn't really do much for me.
I felt like it was overstuffed. It didn't need to have that much story to it. It could have survived on its images and its weirdness. But when you get to the conclusion, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I appreciated it more when I read an interview with Oz Perkins afterwards, where he was talking about the inspiration for it, where it was very much about his relationship with his father, because his father was Anthony Perkins, who was a closeted gay man,
right?
Who and about the relationship between his mother and his father, and the way his mother was sort of acted as his beard, and that when you see the film through that light, then it suddenly you get a dimension to it that isn't really there on screen.
Right. It's hard. I mean, it happens with all films, especially if the subtext is they need to keep it almost closeted back in old films. You know, they know what's going on, but you didn't have that come out in fan magazines or online. You know, they didn't have that the structure that we have now for fandom, where it's almost like you've got to watch the movie and the filmmakers know you're going to go read the Reddit on the ending, and it's like, I think that's fucked up a lot of horror movie making, probably a lot of filmmaking all around, you know, anything, because it's like I can only see what's on the screen, you know. If you tell me that this is a project where you've got to read something afterwards, I'll go, okay, I understand what I'm supposed to do. But it seems like so many films are like, you know, that ending was really ambiguous, but we knew what it was and we wrote about it. We talked about it in an interview here, and you can also visit our website, and fans are talking about it on IMDb, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to do fucking homework to get your theme. You know, if it's interesting, I'll follow up, and it's fun to go read up on a movie and go, what the hell was going on here? But I mean, it feels almost as if ambiguity is kind of like like endings of movies are now cliffhangers for you to go read the cliff notes and be more absorbed and spend more time on somebody's film, when it's like, put it on the screen, you know? If it's interesting, you know.
I really like ambiguous endings.
I do too.
What I don't like is feeling like they have to be explained to me afterwards. I'd much rather make up my own mind.
Yeah, I don't have to go. I shouldn't have to go to a bunch of websites to go, here's what actually happened. I'm either enchanted with it and I want to find out, or I'm satisfied the way it ended, or I don't care. But I mean, you got to put it on screen. You know, it's not a book. It's not a DVD that comes with a booklet.
Well, also, not everything needs a twist.
No, God, I'm so sick of twists that it's like the twist should be no twist.
Yeah, it could just be a story that unfolds and you get to the end.
The I went through a big looking at my list, my ridiculous list. I went through a big few 2 months ago found footage. For some reason, even though I am like, I don't like found footage, but I ended up going down and rewatching a lot of found footage films because I'm finding that the way that they're structured, you can miss things or not. It's easy not to remember because there's almost always dead spaces that kind of, it feels like every found footage movie was shot by the same two people. The same cameraman did everything. Because one of the things I can't stand about even some good found footage is there's so many of the trope that we're going to make a documentary, we're going to make a movie. Nobody ever really seems to know how to make a fucking movie or hold a camera. And you're like, we're in film school, we're postgraduate film school, or we make industrial films, and now we want to do but nobody knows how to fucking do anything. It's like I hate. That's one reason I don't like The Taking of Deborah Logan, which a lot of people love. And I just felt like never believed these people wanted to make a film, knew how to make a film, only believed that they were actors in a movie. To me, nothing felt real in that film. Nothing felt.
Especially the horror parts near the end when things are going on. You're like, oh, I'm supposed to think this is real, and I'm supposed to be frightened out of my mind.
I didn't buy anything in that movie. I heard so many things about it, but it's just, it really just, the thing about, the best found footage is where you get taken for a ride. You believe enough to meet it halfway. You believe the people in the tunnel are actually news reporters. The tunnel's not awesome, but I believe that those people were professional filmmakers doing their job. They cast and wrote enough material that I felt like they knew what they were doing. The jargon they used, the shots they chose, the way that they acted with one another. While the movie didn't kill me as a horror movie, I believed the crew. I believe so. Like I believe in the Borderlands, I believe those people.
Yeah.
Well, can I just ask for clarification, Evan? When you're saying found footage, you're specifically meaning only where what you're seeing.
Yeah, point of view.
Okay.
Point of view. That would include Ghostwatch. That would include Lake Mungo.
Well, would it include Lake Mungo? Because there's not.
Yeah, Mungo's more of a mockumentary. But
it's being presented as real in a way that movies aren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, Lake Mungo, Borderland, all that stuff, Butterfly Kisses, somebody's got a camera on people who are pretending to be, who are actors acting as real people talking about a real event. I'm not putting it very well, but to me, anything that a mockumentary, however you want to put it, fictional documentary.
Anything that purports to be real footage.
One of the reasons Lake Mungo really works is because I thoroughly believe these people telling me the story. It only drops out when Paul and I talked about there's only one scene that drops out for us because it's a weird choice that kind of pushes the credulity of the guy who comes into the house at night one night. Just seemed a little plot hammered and weird, but I believe those people in that film.
Well, also they have a tendency to keep things going quick. You're not waiting for the whole film for one reveal. You're going in the film, we switch things up. Oh no, we switch things up. Oh no. So you don't get bored.
The better, it's a good point. The found footage stuff that I rewatched kind of always does that. Whereas you're learning material, you're learning stuff as part of a narrative. It's a mystery. The characters are learning things, or you're learning things. It's not just you get to the end and it's like, oh ho ho, we're cannibals. It's like we tricked you to be here because that's how we get our victims. We keep getting documentary filmmakers.
Did Evan freeze up a little?
Yeah.
Also, some of these films are dense. Medium is a dense film, and I don't think it works 100% because
you
it
froze
goes
up
so
for a
over
second,
the top.
Evan, just to let you know.
Sorry.
So we're not sure if we heard everything that you said.
I was just saying that the films that, like the films that are, I think, better found footage are dense. I just rewatched The Medium, which I don't think is 100% successful. But I love the first like 3/4.
Yeah.
The ending is almost like from another movie. It just goes. There's a movie called The Last Exorcism, which kind of does the same thing. It's low, it's small, and it blows up. And sometimes found footage is really weird when it blows up and becomes a big horror movie. It's harder to believe things because but it's actually a good horror movie, but it just feels like it's been put onto a movie I wanted to stay toned down. But the acting is great. There's a lot of creepy stuff in it. But I rewatched Incantation, which I liked even better the second.
That's a really good film.
Just love that film. I love the way it sucks you in. I love the way I just absolutely loved it. It's funny. I went downstairs. I was talking to the family, and I said, "Have you seen this?" Because I watched it a second time. I said, "I don't know. Have you guys watched Incantation?" And they both looked at me like, "We're the ones who told you about it." That's my life. That's my memory.
But I'm the high one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I should. Well, I got to start. I got to get back into it. I rewatched Gunjam Haunted Asylum.
Oh, yeah.
I actually liked it better the second time because
Really?
I missed a lot.
Yeah.
I
I've only seen it once, and it did nothing for me.
I think it's a good bog standard. We're in a bad place because I like the fact that I like the backstory that the guys were pulling a stunt, and I also didn't catch a lot of stuff the first time. Nothing that was like incredibly like life changing. I just think it's a very solid, creepy. I love The Room. I love there's some really neat stuff in it. I watched Savage Land, and I really liked that. It held up for me. It's just an absolutely creepy. That's the one where. That's the one that's all photographs. It's found photographs, and it's a documentary. Have you seen it, Paul?
No.
It's really interesting. I think it pushes credulity a few times because the actors are not always up to par. But
it's unlike anything else out there, structure-wise.
No, it's super unsettling. And it's a guy documenting what's going on in his town while running from everything and trying to get help. And all he has is a camera in front of him. He's got his camera, and he's doing that thing where they even address it in a nice way. They're like, "Why has he got his camera?" And they talk to a cameraman who I believe is played by Len Wein, the comics artist.
Oh wow, yeah.
And he talks about combat photography and how you feel indestructible.
Okay.
Nothing's going to touch you while you just get it. You want to see everything, and it is it is unlike anything else out there, and it's absolutely just the dread and the creepiness of it is wonderful.
Speaking of war photography, but speaking of war photography, the other end of the scale, have you seen Frankenstein's Army?
I've got to rewatch that because when I first watched it, I just kept saying, "Bullshit! This is bullshit."
I mean, it is one of the worst uses of found footage I've ever seen. I couldn't believe a fucking minute of that.
It's absolutely, but I want to rewatch it because the first time I watched it, I was really disappointed with how lousy the period aspects of it are. Yeah. It's like you're waiting for Nazis to pull a phone out and start, ordering food.
That was all sold on the crazy monsters.
Well, that's the thing. I want to rewatch it just to look at the action figures popping up because it gets so ridiculous. I mean, there's things that look like broken R2D2s, and it's just I've got it as a movie. I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
As exploitation nonsense, I think that watching it divorced of finding out what it's like, not sitting there going, is this an interesting film? Because all it is like you're on a Disney ride and a monster pops up. It's a spook ride.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they started out making a different film, didn't they? And they had all these monster designs, because I remember seeing the trailer for it donkeys years back, and they were trying to fundraise. They basically did like a short film as a trailer to try to get enthusiasm for it and show all these monster designs and look really cool. And everyone was waiting for this thing to come out. And eventually they did just found footage, I think, just because it was the most cost-effective way of doing it at the time.
I mean, they accidentally get Nazi outfits sent to them and say, we'll make it fucking period.
Oh, we accidentally had Nazi outfits and flags.
Accidentally.
And we've had them for 10 years. We knew they were going to make this movie. And then we were going to run for Senate. It's such a, but it is, the thing is, I was so disappointed in it as a movie. It's such a bad movie. You can't believe anything. But after a while, I'm just going, that's cool looking. That's a cool monster. And you gotta be. It's impressive that they made an army of these idiotic. Weren't they like mechanical monsters? A lot of them. it was like a Looney Tunes cartoon, but it just did not work as a film.
No,
You know,
I
it
mean,
was such a
I'd
sloppy
love to have
mess.
seen those creature designs in a better film.
It really, yeah. I mean, reuse them just like
Yeah.
Roger Corman did. Make a new movie, Frankenstein's Navy or something like that. Frankenstein's Air Force. I don't know. The Frankenstein's sanitation department.
It's the wackiest Navy.
The wackiest Navy. But I mean, you know, it's funny.
God.
I do want to see the Del Toro Frankenstein because I'm a
Yeah.
fan of the book, and it looks beautiful. I figure I'll catch it on screen at some point, but I don't know if I have the patience to sit through it in the theater because it looks like it's, you know, he's so beholden to the source material in his films. Whether
Oh,
he loves
uh,
he's his own, he's a fan. He's such a fan.
Well, that's
And I
like
yeah, he's a fan, but I mean, the some of the stuff in Cabinet of Curiosities, I know, you know, he only wrote a few of those. But most of them were other people. But the two Lovecraft adaptations in there are definitely not beholden to the source material.
No, well,
Almost farcically so.
which was that, the Dreams in the Witch House?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Pittman's Model. Yeah,
Oh, I did not care for either of those. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
they're
two
both
that I
awful.
like, I think Paul and I talked about. I loved the Michael Shea, the Autopsy.
the autopsy.
right, which you
Yeah.
told me about, and I wound up watching it, and it is really good.
Isn't it
Yeah.
terrific?
It's a fun episode.
What you
Yeah.
want from an anthology is to be riveted the way you were when you were a kid. I mean, I know you don't love
Right.
the Twilight Zone, but you want to be absolutely open to what's going on and get pulled through for that half hour to an hour, the way that Outer Limits and Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock did for when you were a kid. No, when you were a kid, because you're encountering these things for the first time. Because I don't like a lot of modern anthology film. I didn't. Masters of Horror, everyone I watch, I just sit there and I'm like, this is just junk.
Yeah, but you could argue that that's because these new anthologies don't have a foundation of very good stories.
Well,
or
they
very
did take some
creative
good
films.
stories, and I don't know what, if it was based on anything, but the capper by the guy who did Mandy was nuts. That's
Oh,
the
the Mandy one was, that was
the,
great.
the one with Peter Weller.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The rest of them did nothing for me.
Yeah. Well, the biggest disappointment I thought was, what was it? The Murmuring, the one that was done by the woman who did the Babadook, and
Was that the one with the?
the ghost story with the ornithologist, and
Wow, I don't even remember it.
yeah.
I remember there was one I absolutely disliked, which was like supposed to be funny and quirky. The couple in the house, and
This was very sort of gothic and dour.
I'm gonna have to. I'll go look for that because I liked a lot of the Babadook. Has she done anything else?
Yeah, she did another one. I can't remember what it's called.
The Kookaburra.
No, the other one isn't a horror film, if I remember correctly, but it is
Interesting.
still meant to be.
Because I like the
traumatizing.
non-horror parts more than the horror parts of the Babadook. I thought the distress of the mother and the anxiety, which is usually like, I think is like dead space in a movie. It's just like, it's hard. I know you have to portray that this person's going crazy, or no one believes them, or that they can't take the strain. But to me, it's almost always like, somebody's acting up a storm, but it's kind of dull narratively for me. It's just but I actually was really in the pocket for that whole first half. I felt like the throwing around the person was just kind of like, I mean, it works. I like the movie on the whole, but I wasn't as knocked out by the last like 20 minutes as I like the family drama more, which usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, it was just beautifully done.
It was very depressing. More, yeah. There you go. You like the depressing stuff.
Well, Scott, did you see Sinners?
Yeah, I really liked it.
And what did you think of that? Yeah, I thought it was great.
I wasn't 100% sold on the ending just because it went on for too long. It had too many endings.
I actually. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Gary.
No, I was going to say that for me, I felt the beginning until it got into its horror aspects. I almost preferred that when it got horror, because he goes back to a lot. Like, there's a scene that's obviously influenced by The Thing. There's a scene that feels like From Dusk Till Dawn. A lot of it feels like it's influenced from Dusk Till Dawn. So once it becomes vampire-y, almost because I was taken out of
Spoiler,
it.
please. Spoiler, please.
No, I think everybody knows it's vampire. There's nothing.
Actually, I actually didn't. No, I don't. Believe me, I don't mind. I mean, I'll see the poster before I see the movie, and I'll go, "Oh, okay." I'm not shocked if it's vampire. Actually, you're never shocked if it's vampire.
It's not a huge spoiler.
No, no, I'm kidding.
No, I thought it. Yeah, and also the character.
That movie Tarantula, by the way. Did you ever see Tarantula? I hate to tell you.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I know, right? It's exactly what you think it is.
Motel Hell.
Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Microwave
Massacre. Meat Cleaver Massacre does not have a meat cleaver in it, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Patrick movie. The guy can move he's doing, everybody got killed by these crazy white kids because, Manson shit. And he's in bed making eyes at everybody. I hate everybody. I hate it. And he kills the people with his, mind killing shit. I do not believe it. I think there's a meat cleaver in the opening. That's it. That's not me. That's Mind Cleaver Massacre or something like that. Microwave Massacre is terrible. Mardi Gras Massacre is one of the worst films you'll ever. Don't see that one.
Well, a film I mentioned.
Spoilers.
There was
all the massacre films do have massacres though.
Hollywood Strangler meets the Skid Row slasher.
I've never seen it. It's supposed to be terrible.
It's a fascinating watch.
Yeah.
Another film that's very. It's from '79. It's very low budget. It's very guerrilla. It doesn't have much of a plot. It's basically two killers kind of converging on each other in a stupid way. But it's an interesting watch again if you want to just see like old LA and shit. That works pretty well.
Real quick though, I also watched what the heck is this? Something I ended up watching a couple of movies that were about. It's an interesting subgenre is gamers, people who are playing a game, an RPG or a puzzle game, and the game is cursed, and it never really makes a lot of logic. It's kind of like The Host. It's a bunch of screens. You're seeing all these players, but I find them interesting because I used to play video games, and I just find them watchable because it really feels like you're just watching somebody's Twitch stream for like 45 minutes, and then people start disappearing or dying, or they go like this, and they come up and they've got blood all over them. I don't know what's happening. Go to John's house and figure it out. But it's like there's like 20 films at least, and there's people working that Dead Stream, Live Scream, Dead Scream.
You scream for
Scream. We all scream for. I watched one called The Outwaters for the first time, and I hated it.
Oh yeah, I keep hearing it compared to the Blair Witch Project, which is what put me off.
It's Blair Witch if you overdosed on Roger Corman's The Trip and had no marketing.
What year is this from?
It's terrible. 2022. It has its supporters. You know how most handheld camera, shaky cam, they've got a flashlight or a torch for Scott, a torch. And
I'm bilingual.
They go to the boot, they go to the lift, and they have a boot sale. But I don't know what I'm talking about now. This one they just have a pinpoint of light. You're watching a movie for like 15 minutes with just a pinpoint of fucking light.
What was that found footage movie where it was a car driving, and that was literally the whole movie?
I don't know this.
It was a car driving down the road, and then things would attack it, and it would back up, and the credits were like 25 minutes long.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the one that had like all the bad video game stuff in it.
Yeah. I remember seeing a short film like that.
That's the thing. A lot of found footage would be so much more. I mean, this is probably most horror, but so much short. If they made shorts, which is why they seem to be collecting them for movies and anthology.
I mean, the VHS films, I think, are good in that respect. I mean, the VHS series, I think, are very patchy in general.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
But I think that structure really works for found footage, where you've got maybe 20 minutes of a story, so it doesn't outstay its welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I watched. I rewatched Troll Hunter, and I love Troll Hunter.
Oh yeah.
It's just such a fun unburdened. It's just like, well, that guy's got his, and we're still making our documentary. Oh, goats. It's such a weird film. I mean, it's not an American film. And I just, the thing about watching a found footage film for the second time is that found footage films are constantly playing with your, where they want your eyes to go more than some films do. They're cheating. What's the magician?
Misdirection.
Misdirection. There's a lot of misdirection for the jump scares and stuff. So if you watch it a second time, you can just kind of relax and let the film dialogue and action.
Isn't it also kind of ridiculous to think you see a film once, especially in the theater, or you see a film once at home, that you're really going to absorb it, where you really could talk about it and get every little thing from it? I mean, I think that's a lot to ask.
Sure.
I think multiple viewings are almost required if you're going to do really deep dives.
Especially nowadays, though. I mean, because there's so many tricky, and endings now, there'll be 5 endings. It's like an SCTV parody. I'm your mother, and we eat people, and we're from space, and you're dead. And then 10 years later, I mean, they can't leave the fucking endings alone.
But it also helps immensely for films with lots of foreshadowing. I mean, going back to Best Wishes for All, I went back when I reviewed that, and I didn't watch the whole thing again, but I fast forwarded through bits of it just to make sure that I understood what was going on.
Sure.
And the amount of foreshadowing that sets up, I mean, there were all sorts of weird things that were happening that I was watching thinking, that's odd, why are they doing that? And then you go back, you watch it for a second time, and it's
yeah, that is a nice payoff. And I mean, also it kind of belies what I was saying about wanting to do homework. But I mean, if you can enjoy the film a first time and never go back to it and whatnot, you don't have to, as long as you understand. But it's nice to have the filmmakers on top of things throughout a film, rather than just have 5 people walking around, whether it's a found footage or not, doing the whole, walking in hallways, getting picked off, walking hallways. The second watch on Borderlands was really interesting when we did the episode on that, because I had missed so much stuff.
Yeah,
you didn't have to have it.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be downloaded in your brain to understand what's going on. But big things eating little things. I forgot about. It was a fun line, but I forgot that it tips off. It's a foreshadowing. It tips things off. The grave that changes, things like that. Just an enjoyable film. But yeah, I went through a crazy. I just started rewatching, and it's like there are a lot of found footage films that I do actually like. But then there's a lot that's terrible. Oh, they have Live Screamers. It's like they have the same title. I watched a film. Did either of you see Jennifer's Body?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I keep thinking that I want to watch the director's cut and go back to it, because it made no impression on me when I saw it, but I've heard so many people rave about it since then that I keep feeling like I must have missed something.
I just saw it now. When did it come out? It came out. Of course, I lose it.
15 years ago, wasn't it?
It's an old movie. I remember when the movie came out that almost all of the discussion on it was about the actress Megan Fox, and the filmmaker. Like, nobody talked about the damn film. Yeah. They were already mad at that movie. Now, I didn't know anything about the movie. It was not what I expected it to be at all. I didn't expect it to really be about a secondary. She's a secondary character that you do follow, but she's not the main character. It's her friend. And I thought the movie tried too hard, but it landed a lot of jokes, and it landed a lot of interesting subtext. And I thought it was a good teen horror movie. And I thought everybody was very good in it. I thought the 2 lead actresses did a great job with, it's self-aware, but not at that self-aware winking at you, the viewer. And, some of the references, I thought, I would have cut certain things out of it if I was a story editor. I thought it was a perfectly good, mean-spirited, satirical teen horror film. Jennifer is not a good person. Cool.
I
was expecting it to be, here's Jennifer, and she's going to be it's a weird title maybe, but it's it's a comedy. I don't think a lot of people got that. It's a comedy. Characters act nutty to get things going. But I mean, it's a dark, satirical, funny movie. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it because I was expecting it to. I just wanted to get it into, get it off the bucket list.
Have you seen Lisa Frankenstein?
No, I do want to see that.
I keep hearing good things about it, but I mean, it's also Diablo Cody.
Everybody I forgot what Diablo Cody did to make everybody love or hate the person.
I think Juno. I think.
Oh, right, right. I didn't see Juno, and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think everybody should just go see Frankenhooker and shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Because that movie's two people who should have worked more. The two of them it's a funny movie. God damn, it's a funny movie.
God, yeah.
I haven't seen. Has anybody seen the Henenlotter film that he made just a couple of years ago?
No.
What the hell was that even called? Damn it! Because for a while he was working like in distribute. He was video.
Last he'd made.
And I'm trying to remember what the hell the name of the film was now. It's like mad scientist stuff or whatever, body. But I haven't heard much about it.
I'm just Googling it now because,
Because I'll watch anything he's. If Stevie's there, hi Stevie. By the way, I know you know. Thank you.
There's Bad Biology, which he.
That's it. Bad Biology.
Sorry, you said recently. That was almost 20 years ago, Evan.
You are kidding me.
No, 2008.
Where the fuck has the time gone? That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised when I watched Jennifer's Body to see that it was like 20 years old or whatever the hell. I'm like, didn't that just come out like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It's constantly getting upended by
Kyle Galtner is in that, who is just an actor that keeps on being in movies.
God, yeah.
He was in.
You're freezing on.
My freezing.
I think actually, didn't somebody in Jennifer's Body die? Wasn't there an actor who died young? Is that the movie? Somebody got. It was actually. I remember it was on the news because it was such a weird. His car slowly backed up on him and crushed him slowly.
Oh, that was Anton Yelchin.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's in that, but I just watched something that he was in, and I was like, "Wow, that guy."
Well, he's in Green Room.
That's it. It's Green Room, and I was like, "That sucks." That's an awful way to go.
Yeah, his career was really taking off, and then.
Oh, so here's a couple of here's some movies that came out of Nightmare USA that I had never heard of, and one was called Headless Eyes.
What's that about?
I posted about
it.
That's
a great title.
Headless Eyes is nuts. I don't think it's good, but it's 70s grime New York City, and it's not a spoiler, but this guy gets his eyes spooned out by a person he attacks. He's not a bad guy. He goes crazy when his eye is taken out. The movie, for some reason, the filmmakers keep looping his dialogue of "my eye, my eye." So you get to hear it like 8 times while it's a bizarre film. So he goes around taking women's eyes, and
you shouldn't do that.
It's just one of the
that's just rude.
Kind of Joe Spinell. Well, he makes art projects out of it. And,
that's okay.
Oh no, definitely. Oh, hi, Winky. Hey, Winky, come here. Hey, we're talking about Headless Eyes. But Headless Eyes was a movie. It's just one of those. It feels like Maniac to a small. It's like kind of like a cousin to Maniac, the Joe Spinell one.
Did frozen again?
I think he froze up. You froze up, Evan.
Help Me, I'm Possessed, which is not in the Nightmare USA book, but should have been. And Help Me, I'm Possessed has nothing that I remember about possession. It's a mad scientist movie about a guy with a castle in the desert, and it has like Andy Milligan sets, and it is bonkers.
Andy Milligan costumes.
It's a bit of a laugh riot. It is so fucking stupid and crazy.
I'm writing all these down for some reason because
you're not gonna love it. I'm recommending these as car crashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm recommending these. Look, the dog threw up in the dog threw up and it looks like Jesus. Isn't that weird? You should look at it even though it's gross.
You got me to watch Winter Beast this year.
Okay, that's the thing. I'm disappointed at you that you did. I'm not disappointed. Winter Beast to me is my favorite. It's probably my favorite bad horror movie.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching it. I do not regret watching it, but it is a piece of shit.
It's a gung ho piece of shit.
Oh yeah,
it's so wrong.
It is the most incoherent film I have ever seen.
It really does look like...
I've seen some terrible films, but I have never seen a film that's made as little sense as that while it was actually trying to make sense.
I've seen it like 4 times, so I do understand.
Is it the stop motion, Evan? Is it? Are you? Can you not judge something because of the wonderful stop motion?
Look, I'm like, you got to see Winter Beast. If you get to see Winter Beast, you have to see. It's a movie with one of the guys from the MC5 is in it. Have you ever seen? It's a bunch of guys in a shack in the winter, and somebody has knocked. It's a Wendigo movie, and it's like something of the Wendigo, hyperthermia or
hypothermia of
no. Stop. It's a really cheap Wendigo movie. It's very Evil Dead inspired. It's very schmucky. It's over the top crazy. It's bad, but to me that and Winter Beast is a perfect exhumed double feature.
When is that movie you're talking about from, Evan? Is that an older movie?
80s, early 80s, obviously made by a bunch of people. There's a stop motion monster in it at the end.
Oh, okay. So all is revealed.
Oh no, you know that there's a Wendigo. It says it right in the title, but it's a really interesting Wendigo because it's like a very folkloric. It's not like a D&D. It's a 4-legged deer beast thing.
Is it possibly from 78 and called Wendigo?
No. It's got a main title. I think a guy named Ron Ashman. I can't remember the guy from the MC5 who's in it. It's one of those movies.
Ashton. Yeah.
Ron Ashton, I believe, is in it, and that might help you. Ron Ashton, Wendigo. But it's one of those kitchen sink movies, and it's cheap, and the acting's terrible. And it just seems like everybody's having a great time. And I've seen it.
Frostbiter. Right.
Hypothermia. What an idiot.
Hypothermia, the Wendigo. How the fuck do you spell that? I gotta look up hypothermia.
You spell it.
I mean, it makes sense. Hypothermia, frostbiter. I can see the train of thought.
I will never get on the a game show with the brain.
And the cognitive decline.
It is a funny movie. It's one of those kinds of movies where the violence is cartoonish and the characters are two-dimensional and they know it. It's just it's more coherent than Winter Beast. Oh, there's actually some other stop motion in the beginning as well. Yeah, I'm just a stop motion. I mean, I could sit and watch I always get the name of it wrong. Equinox. I could watch Equinox.
Right,
Winter Beast, hypothermia, the Wendigos, cold, the chilly wind. I can watch any of that stuff. The Don Dohler Alpha, not the Alpha Incident. That's another film. The Alpha, I forget what the first one he made, which has several monster suits and then a stop motion Crater Lake Monster, which is not good. But there's also a movie that a stop motion film called, where the hell is it? Okay. I have 2 more weird ones to pull out after. I can't find it though. It's a really oddball film that's just people in a cave, and there's a monster in the cave, and you know that. But they made it in their backyard.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's really weird. They shot the beginning of it in a real cave, and the rest of it they do for a movie that cost nothing. They built a bunch of walls and things that they could rearrange and move, kind of like how Phantasm did the mausoleum.
Okay.
And I did not realize. I mean, a lot of the shots, you really believe that it's shot dark. It's not a good movie, but it's got one of the It's called The Strangeness. I just remembered.
And how much stop motion does it have?
The stop motion monster in The Strangeness is one of the most. I don't know what's the word for phallic, but for a woman.
Yonic.
I believe that okay. It's both, and they didn't know it when they made it. It was not a joke. Like, we're gonna put this vaginal headed penis creature into the movie. And they said later on, they were like, oh God, but it wasn't like one of those funny, we're going to, you know, kids won't know that this is like, it's one of the most bizarre movies, monsters. And it's not in it enough, of course, but that's in this book as well. But the way they did the cave is crazy. They built sets in the basement and the garage and the backyard, and it doesn't look like that.
This isn't the one where people are in a cave and they also tell little short stories. It's like an anthology.
No, it's a straightforward, boring. Where did Susan go? Oh, we don't know. There was a rock slide. They don't know that the crazy monster went. If you like stop motion movies, if you're as sad as I am about them, you'll sit through the fucking thing just to see this little model come out and fake, you know, get a Razzie for the Ray Harryhausen fakery, and you know, I just find that shit charming. I mean, Equinox. I was surprised Equinox was not in this book because Equinox catches so much shit, but I absolutely adore it. We saw that on the big screen.
I liked Equinox. Yeah, I mean, it's not a good film, and it's but it's just so weird and
no, but it's a good entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's got like, you know, it's got a Lovecraft angle, it's got occult stuff, it's got demonology. It just throws everything in there.
And claymation.
Yeah, which is adorable. I'm like, and I think he does a signing during the movie. He actually signs some books, and he fantasizes about dating a 20-year-old girl in San Francisco. And I reread Our Lady of Darkness recently.
Oh yeah.
And boy, does it hit different when you're aware of Clark Ashton Smith and more of the scene than I was when I first read it many years ago.
Oh right.
I did not know who Smith was when I first read the book.
Oh,
and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But reading it the second time, it's such a much richer, you know, because I got more of it. It's a nifty book. I forget what the term he uses. The architecture.
Oh yeah.
It's such a great concept. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, the magic of cities. Yeah.
So you might want to write down.
Tell me what to
do. These are ridiculous. Wait, Help Me I'm Possessed. Monstroid was awful. Miss Leslie's Dolls.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, apparently it was lost, and it's not necessarily great.
You found it.
Miss Leslies. It's something. It's Milligan-rific.
This looks amazing.
It's so interestingly uninteresting. It's just weird. I don't know. You know, it's kind of like it definitely feels like it's holding hands with Manos, the Hand of Fate.
Are they skipping along?
I don't know what they're doing. Why didn't people see this? Look at that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
Who drew that? I mean, it totally looks like a sex film, first of all.
It really does, yeah.
And it is a bit, well, you know, it's such a strange film. It's one of those, it's unique, but that doesn't make it good. But, there's also, Natas, The Reflection, which is a title, right? I mean, hey,
now are you picking them because they don't seem real now?
Well,
do you see this? This doesn't seem real.
The algorithm was high, right? And it said, hey, man, you want to see Help Me I'm Possessed? Okay, I'll see Help Me I'm Possessed. All right, did you like that? I do not know if I like it. Hey, no, don't think about it, man. Just go into Miss Leslie's Dolls. All right, I go into Miss Leslie's Dolls, and then this dumb voice that I'm doing now goes, do you want to see Natas, The Reflection? And I'm like, what is that?
Oh, you didn't say it's Help Me ... I'm possessed.
I'm sorry.
I've been punctuating it wrong in my notes all this time.
I'm sorry.
Yes, please correct that.
Help Me I'm Possessed. I'm like, if nobody has questions, we should just throw it on and watch it. I mean, I will skip through Help Me I'm Possessed to get further. It's the greatest fucking title. Except
we'll get sued, Evan.
No, but It's on you.
About this,
What
this
the fuck?
Okay, I'm not recognizing a lot of "Help Me, I'm Possessed" in this.
is this the wrong "Help Me, I'm Possessed"?
No, it's the right one, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's some.
All right, like so. Is there a
BBC thing
Medusa? Is there a Medusa or a worm creature?
I really don't remember a Medusa being.
Is there a real skull?
Who's like modeling a new line of Old Navy shirts?
Right.
No, I don't remember
It's
that.
the logo of the Wicker Man with a lady.
I was just gonna say that's a folk horror thing that I haven't seen yet about stones from the UK.
How about these two guys that look like they're from I can't think of the name of
Petticoat Junction? I don't know.
No, Burt Reynolds. Like
Cannonball Run?
Not Cannonball Run.
Deliverance?
Oh my God, my cognitive decline.
No,
anyway,
unfortunately, the two cops are in it. The blonde with the peroxide hair is pointing. She does point at somebody at one point. The movie is just dummies. They don't. The funny thing is, there's the stuff that's really in it is also fat. You know, hunchback with a whip, captive women, torture racks, guillotine. Mad science crap. It's just that it's all done on a shoestring and it's just terrible.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's funny as fuck. I laughed a lot. I think that's it for the thing that was interesting was that there was one movie that I did not. Well, there were two movies. Well, no, sorry. I also watched something called The Touch of Satan. I already forgot it. I don't remember. This is all inspired by the book. I went at YouTube and Internet Archives and Tubi had a lot of this stuff that these home local. But he had this thing called Ghosts That Still Walk, which is a pretty interesting title. Although ghosts that sat. Here's the thing: I can't recommend this film to anyone. But it was a magic moment for me because it was a movie that I've been trying to look. It's a movie that I saw in the theaters when I was a kid, and I've been trying to not see it again because I remember it being really boring. But I'm watching this thing and I'm going, "Is this that movie?" And then it's I think Sun Classic or not Hallmark, some G-rated movie company made this thing, and it's very weird. It's kind of got a lot of Christ will help us. Without feeling like a Christ film, though. It doesn't feel like they're proselytizing, but everybody's begging for help from God and Jesus help me and all this stuff. And it's a weird movie because it's an interesting structure. It's nonsense and it's not a good film, but I thought it was it's an anthology that doesn't kind of say it's an anthology. The first section is this woman recounts this terrible trip that they took in the desert. And terrible things happen to her and her husband, who she calls Dad, which I hate. She calls him like Daddy, and yeah. But this old couple are assailed by a force that keeps running them off the road, and then it's very Fortean Times kind of Charles Fort. Rocks start rolling towards them, and as a kid, this is the only thing I remembered. It was kind of eerie. Now I can see that they were all filmed backwards. But it's just weird. It has a hypnotic thing. They're in this large RV and it's being battered by rocks, and it goes on forever. And then the second story is about this mother the mother of this kid and the grandmother. It all happens because of her. She takes a mummy into her house. She's writing a book on mummies. She has taken one up, Native American mummy, and this thing is the force that's screwing everything up. And then the third section is them defeating this force, which is kind of, it's kind of weird because they attacks it from the three. You don't see much of that back.
Sorry, I missed the name, Evan.
It's Ghosts That Still Walk. It's not.
That's the Ghosts That Still. Okay.
But it was fascinating for me because I saw it in the theater when it came out, and it's basically it's a weak. It's not scary. It's just phenomena happens to this family.
Did you remember that you had seen it, or did you start watching it and realize, I saw this?
I put it on because it was in the book and I didn't remember the title.
Yeah.
It's a creepy title. I'm surprised I went to see it because I was scared of horror films when I was I think it came out in 75, 76. And I'm watching it and I go, I'm starting to get that tingle. I've seen this, haven't I? And then I'm watching it and I go, well, I don't recognize any of this, but they're in an RV, and that's all I remembered. But they're doing this, it's like It's a Mad Memory or fuck. But then when they stop the car, the rocks roll at them when they're taking a break. And I'm like, shit, this is it. Yeah. And it was just really cool to track it down, but I stayed with it, and it's terrible.
And imagine if you had wanted to see that and you had been looking for it, you'd been Googling rocks coming, you would have never found that movie.
Yeah. Probably not. Now I'm looking at Google eyes back there. I watched something
but Googling this, I mean, 70s titles were wild, because I Googled that and it came up with, people also search for Satan's Black Wedding and
my God!
And The Strange and Deadly Occurrence.
Scott, I was waiting to put this up because I wanted to talk about Satan's Black Wedding.
What is this?
This movie is fucking nuts.
I might be a blood marriage of ghouls. I love this stuff.
Man.
It is so amateur.
Look at that guy. Look at that.
Yes, and he comes across looking like that.
There's
a lot of places.
Frankenstein in that really terrible.
It's a real location. Well, of course it's a real location. Oh, that's someone's real basement. That's their basement.
I want Tashin to do an art book of basement mad laboratories and satanic cavern things that were done in a basement. It's just my favorite damn thing on earth. The Invasion of the Blood Farmers has a great basement lab.
Oh yeah.
The Waters of Dr. Z has a good one.
Someone was talking about the film because the sequel for the Black Phone came out, Black Phone 2. And people talked about when you watch Black Phone, the basement doesn't look like a real basement. Or wherever this kid is kept, right? It looks studio-like. And that drives me crazy in modern movies when it just looks like, it's obviously not real.
It's a lot of houses with basements you could rent,
right?
It's
no Satan's Black Wedding.
I'm looking up Satan's Black Wedding to see if it was in. So what is the plot of this movie, or does the title tell?
I think it's about a man who travels back in time to see what happened with the death of his sister, and there might be vampires. I spoiled it again.
Don't tell me that there's ghouls that have a bloodthirsty something. I think I'm going to be watching this tonight. I'm an idiot.
It's really bad.
It's in here.
It is. See?
I didn't read it yet. Yes, Satan's Black Wedding is and I just turned to a film that I've always been curious about, and it sucked. Barn of the Naked Dead. You haven't heard that title before?
No, but we really are getting into very specific titles.
I know. It's great because there is a barn. There really isn't naked dead. I mean, first of all, naked dead. I mean, that's just corpses, big fucking wolf. If it was Barn of the Sexy Naked Dead, hubba, hubba, I'm going to the drive-in. It's interesting for two things, though. It's also known as Terror Circus, Caged Women, and Nightmare Circus, because Terror wasn't creepy enough. Nightmare, Nightmare, Terror, Nightmare.
Dad, can we go to the Nightmare Circus?
No.
What a terrible.
Can we go to Terror Circus? Okay. I can't handle Nightmare. Terror is okay. Nightmare, it lingers. Terror, it's over. You're done. Nightmare, it lingers. I don't want that. So, Barn of the Naked Dead is a guy named Alan Rudolph, who was a Robert Altman protege, and he ends up making a whole lot of oddball, mainstream films, but he makes 2 horror movies, and only an idiot would watch them in the same week. In case you didn't get the spoiler, Evan Dorkin, moron. So Barn of the Naked Dead is Andrew Prine, who I find interesting. He pops up in really weird movies. He's in Simon, King of the Witches, and he's actually a lot of fun in that one. He plays Simon, King of the Witches. Spoiler. But that's a really weird. Have you seen that one, Scott?
No, I've heard of it.
You should watch it because they definitely did some occult research. But it's a very snide, weird film about a very odd character. I forget if it was made in LA or San Francisco, but he's an interesting, unlikable, weird protagonist who's trying to figure out mysteries of death and make pacts with higher beings, and he totally rags on witches, cabals, and hipster occult meetings. He's total. He gives them Yelp reviews. Practically more. It's a really funny, oddball, strange movie. I think you'd find it interesting.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But Barn of the Naked Dead is about, girls break down. Guy says, I'll give you a ride. And he takes them to the barn of the dead. They're not dead and they're not naked. Alan Rudolph.
Oh, okay.
Look up his career. It's a weird one because he made these two crazy films and then he, I think he works with Altman and then he makes like mainstream films you've heard of that are supposedly weird, but I have never seen any of them. He made a film called Premonition, which I watched.
Right, I don't like.
There's a lot of premonitions, though.
Yeah.
This is a hippie one about three guys in a band, and they don't all have premonitions. And I don't think anybody says I've had a premonition. It's very of its times. It's very hippy dippy. I did not really like it, but it was interesting. It was hippie culture, and this thing is weird because there is sort of a monster man in it. He's locked up in a shed, and Andrew Prine makes women act as circus animals while he whips them.
Evan, you reminded me because of the movie with the cave where they basically made the cave. Have you people seen Screenplay?
Right, we talked about this briefly. Is this the black and white, very Forbidden Zone looking film?
Yeah.
I liked a lot of it, but it's not good.
I just finally watched it. It feels very like Forbidden Zone-y kind of. And the guy made all this sets by just fucking in his apartment. So he did a fake pool.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's a nifty, theatrical looking, impressionist. I wish the script was better. I mean, Forbidden Zone is creative, whether you like it or not. That type of creative, it's creative. It's constantly creative. Yeah. There's a new thing happening every other minute, and this was definitely. He didn't have as many people helping him build the sets, if you know. Yeah. It's funny in places, but I think it's trying very hard and it's very aware of what it's doing and kind of. It's almost like please like me is what I vaguely felt like. It was like a puppy that you wanted to pet, but it was crapping all over the place. It's just not a good movie. It's my kind of movie, and it just didn't really work for me. I'm trying to remember a movie that I saw recently that was kind of like that. It was filmed in black and white. It doesn't have that impressionist thing going, but it's a guy who lives in a room and a machine gives him everything he needs. He goes to work, he comes home. There's TV commercials on the machine, and it gives him food. It says "Wake up, John." I don't remember the guy's name, and it's very Forbidden Zone, Kipper Kids kind of
a happier film than Demon Seed, which has a.
I've never seen Demon Seed, but because somebody told me I read about the end of it in a monster magazine as a kid.
Vampires.
No, Robert Vaughn computer thing.
No, it's a
Demon Seed, right?
Evan, it's a
box.
It's a callback to the vampire spoiler.
I know that, but it doesn't have. No, I was taking you too seriously. It's a big box thing that fucks Julie Christie, right? With Robert Vaughn's voice.
Yes,
I'm going to spoil it for everybody who hasn't seen Demon Seed.
Right, you just spoiled.
No. It tries to fuck her the whole movie. It's constantly going, "Hey, baby." That's how it talks. "Hey, baby." And it's got her in a room, and it's going, "Let's make babies. Let's make babies." And at the end, it turns out that the whole apartment building was in on it, and they were devil worshippers. And that's why I've never watched Rosemary's Baby either.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions or comments or anybody?
Stevie wrote something and she said, "Paul, don't tell the story," but I feel like telling the story. It's Screenplay. Don't be mad, Stevie. Well, it's
gotta have a story. We have to have a Staten Island story.
Somebody she knew was in the movie and had never seen it.
Really? Not her. Not the one that I know about.
The Screenplay.
No, the relative.
No, it isn't a relative. It's someone.
It's not the one who owes us $75.
No, it's not. I'm
pissed off at Stevie's, a relative of Stevie's, who you can actually watch a bunch of movies. And this goes years back. If ever this person's name comes up, I'm like, why don't you call her and get your $75 fucking dollars? It drives me nuts.
Well, at least you didn't say it was the actress Patty Darmanville. So
I didn't say that.
I didn't say didn't tell the story. I said
but it was the actress Patty Darmanville.
I said you didn't. What?
who's
The
in terrible
fuck, Steve?
movies.
Anyway, the
Stevie,
idea is
get your 75 fucking
Well,
dollars
Stevie-
already.
what Stevie does.
You can buy Boston Market for all of us.
What,
I probably woke up everybody in the house now. Sorry.
when
It's only 10
Stevie
o'clock.
when Stevie watches a movie, the first thing she does is she'll look it up on IMDb, and she noticed somebody listed in it was somebody she knew from something.
Jarvis Darvinville.
So no, it was somebody she just knows.
Patty Darvinville with fake mustache on to get away from paying $75. Hello, Chevy Chase. Modern problems. I am Jarvis Darvinville. This is the stupidest joke I've ever told in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. It's no
Vampires.
No, what is it? The of the Wendigo. It's the
Hypothermia of the Wendigo. We should make a movie called Hypothermia of the Wendigo.
it's so fucking old.
Of the ellipse, ... the Wendigo with a question mark.
I'm going to go off and write that scenario now.
Do it.
But yeah, so she was in the movie. She had never seen it. I think she did a favor for a friend who was making it. She didn't even know it came out. She had no idea about it until Stevie said, "We just watched this the other day." That's the story.
That story's not that great.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. The story about her being owed $75 for fucking
$75.
Let it go.
Maybe she show up on Halloween dressed as the $2 guy from Better Off Dead. Where's my $75? She probably would enjoy doing that too. Little bicycle. $75 to Patty Darvinville. $75. And just follow her around. For all we know, Patty Darvinville doesn't have a fucking pot to piss in right now, though. She might be hitting you up for a couple more bucks. If she's watching if Patty Darvinville is watching this right now, which is possible because she's like on the skids, you know, she's. Oh, that's right. When I was watching Headless Eyes, all I kept thinking about was Stevie. Better watch. We got to get Stevie to watch.
Yeah, we should watch the Eyes
with Headless Eyes.
So of course, I've watched the Eyes twice. What's
Eyeball?
Eyeball twice, because Eyeball is one of the greatest giallo films of all time.
Eyeball is so
because you literally you're on a fucking tourist bus.
It's
people
so
are dying, and you're like, "Fuck it, I'm going to the next town."
Yeah,
more people die. I paid for this shit.
I think you'll find Eyeball entertaining because it really is. It's just like the worst Agatha Christie fucking movie ever made. It's like, and then there was 10 stupid idiots. They don't get. Does everybody? Well, let's go on to Milan, and they're leaving people behind who have been like slaughtered, and the police are like, "Don't go anywhere. You better stay." And it's just fucking unbelievably ridiculous. Yeah, it's Eyeball. Eyeball is better the second time around, also, because
you get all the nuances in Eyeball.
Sure, all the
foreshadowing.
Yeah, all the subtext and the metaphors. It's just like the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, it's like fucking Agatha Christie at a certain
with eyeballs. The thing is, the first time, because the first time you watch a movie, even if you know if it's going to be a sloppy mess, your movie brain is still going. Give me the story. Give me the narration. Let me see. Give me the characters. And you're watching Eyeball, and you're like, this is fucking stupid. When you get into it for fun the second time, just to watch the nonsense, you don't care. You're not expecting anything except nonsense. So it's a lot more fun. It's I don't know where I'm going with this, but Eyeball is a lot of fun. I rewatch it. Torso was not much. I didn't like Torso.
I hated Torso.
Torso is really bad.
Torso's like 2 films.
Yeah. The second half is okay. The first half is just
unbelievable. I mean, it sets
makes no fucking sense.
It's also another one of those movies where you're just going, that guy right there is the murderer. That guy. When I saw Monty Python live, they did the bit where they found that there was a dead body on the fire escape. I think this is one of the skits, and like the religious police come in or something crazy. I'm trying to remember it now, but these priests, I think, they're like Catholic police or something. I'm not remembering the movies, the TV show, and they're trying to figure out who killed this person, and it seems pretty obvious to the audience. And in the theater, and like 75-foot hand of God drawn by Terry Gilliam out of the rafters and points to one of the characters, and that's what I think of when I'm like, here comes the murderer. That guy's dirty. What's that from the Joe Pantoliano.
No, yes, from The Fugitive.
I don't like.
No, it's what's his name says to him. Tommy Lee Jones says, "Cosmo, that guy's dirty."
I love that because it's like that guy's dirty. So you don't like somebody, that guy's dirty. In comics, you get to say that guy's dirty a lot. But, Movie House Massacre. I forgot about that one. Movie House Massacre sucks. Don't.
Really?
What are you doing this for? We were talking about massacres. Monstroid is not good.
Well, wait. Is it weird? Does it go into that category of people getting killed watching a movie?
No,
because I've been thinking about that a lot. I rewatched Drive-In Massacre. You know, you got Matinee.
I hate Drive-In Massacre.
Demons.
Didn't George Buckflower write?
Well, he's in it. He's
great. I love him. I just saw something he was in. He was in a terrible movie called Berserker, and I couldn't remember it, so I watched it. And boy, did I regret that one. That was just awful. Another incoherent movie. Berserker is about supposedly some Viking came over and somebody reads the research that the people berserkers or blah 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 blah. So there's a guy who's supposed to have bear skin and bear head on, and he's killing people. But this movie makes it look like a bear's going around killing people. They just keep inserting shots of a bear walking around, and I got so confused. I've seen this shit already, and I'm confused. I'm like, this is Lynchian. You know, it was so bad. And at the end, you can't use. It's still hard. You know, people. And I looked it up because I'm like, what did people say about it? And people are like, who killed them? Did a bear? People, it's such a confusing film. But George Buckflower walks around it, and I'm always happy. He's in everything. But this is the movie.
He sells people out in They Live.
I hated him, right? Oh, I'm pissed off. Movie House Massacre. He gets killed in the fog. Is a comedy, and it's so bad. And Mary Woronov just looks like she wants to be anywhere but this film. A guy buys a place where there was some killings, and then there's more killings, and I don't even know if they're related. It's a terribly unfunny, very trauma-like in a bad way. And there is a massacre, but nobody's watching the movie. Like Drive-In Massacre.
If you're collecting films where people are massacred watching movies, have you seen Hard Eyes?
I haven't seen that. Is that any good?
No, I haven't seen Hard Eyes. No.
I really liked Hard Eyes.
Oh, cool! Because I have access to it, and I just like the title and I like the poster, you know.
Yeah, it's a really weird film because it is a mashup of rom-com and slasher movie, and it works as a rom-com, it works as a slasher movie.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it merges them absolutely perfectly. But yeah, there is an absolute standout scene which takes place at a drive-in movie theater, and yeah.
I love scenes in a drive-in movie theater because I've never been to one. And to me, it's a nostalgia for something I never experienced. But I love the idea of it.
I've seen. What did I see in the drive-in? I saw Body Double.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't seen that yet, but I know it's De Palma and it's not so lovely.
I saw whatchamacallit, Flatliners.
Oh wow!
What a weird movie! It's kind of like that's not like a drive-in movie. You know what I mean? It's like
no, it just happened to be playing there. I was helping out a friend who wanted to go to a drive-in once in their life. So
same here.
So we went to a drive-in.
Sarah's seen a bunch of kooky films at a drive-through. The only time I remember driving home from a convention and you could see the screen from the highway, and it was fat. I was just like, I don't know how they didn't block it off because I'm watching the movie while driving because it was huge. The screen was absolutely huge.
Yeah.
It was just. I love the idea of it. There's murder in Dead of Night, Death Dream.
Right.
Towards the end, a movie that I absolutely adore. And I cannot remember the name of it. There's a movie about a girl who uses spiders to kill people. And it's like her name. There's a drive-in scene, which is actually a lot better for a not good film. It's a lot creepier than you'd expect. I wish I could remember. Her member of her family kills a tarantula, and so she goes nuts. She doesn't have. It's not one of those. I have a psychic link with the snakes. The revenge movie, those post-Carrie movies where not Phenomenon. There's a
Ben or Willard or whatever.
There's a Fulci movie. About a school kid getting bullied and. Something kills off her bullies, but this one is
the one where it's just like it's maggots all the time, Or you're not talking about?
That's Phenomena. Yeah.
Well, no. This is.
Oh no.
No, it's not phenomena. It's not maggots. It's snails. Slugs or something.
Slugs is disgusting.
But I'm not talking about slugs.
Okay, but
is that based on the Sean Hudson novel?
Yeah, it is, I think. But
Slugs,
not really.
Okay.
I think it's an Italian-American production that I think shot in both countries. Slugs is one of those movies where it's another time where I'm watching a movie and Sarah goes, "We've seen this," and I go, "I don't think so." And and if you see Slugs, you're like, "How on earth?" People with Alzheimer's are watching Slugs and go, "Oh no, I'm done. I've seen Slugs already." What's your name? I don't know, but I know I've seen Slugs already. Slugs is so. I mean, it's about slugs. It's called Slugs. The slugs attack people. There's a big sewer slug attack. It's not like with spiders or bees that you can confuse. There's no other slugs movie. It's really entertainingly disgusting and bad though. But it's funny. But slugs. But I don't know anything about maggots. I know Squirm.
Oh yeah.
I love Squirm. People hate Squirm. I love Squirm. I think it's
Squirm is a fun movie.
I think I think they do an interesting job of setup. I like the town. It feels like it's a real place. I don't know why people. I mean, the acting's not good, but it's not the worst.
I'm talking about this Fulci film.
Yeah,
I think this is the snails. I think somebody dies of snails in this.
I think you're right, and I don't know how. They're just covered in. I don't know if it's embarrassment.
Yeah, I think it's psychic-induced snail
it's
stuff.
Terrible. Yeah,
it's a Fulci film. You don't need a reason.
Right, but I mean, I understand getting killed by spiders that are biting you. I understand acid in your head. I understand. Well, there was the maggots in City of the Living Dead that come through the wall.
Oh,
the windows. Yeah. That's a gross scene. You know that.
I mean, City of the Living Dead is a gross film all around.
It's such a gross film, but I find that I'm very fond of it, and I hated it when I first watched it.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah. I find it
it's like, oh, we're in Dunwich. It's like, fuck you. Come on, what are you doing?
They're in a bar in Dunwich that has 3 stools. It looks like a set from Days of Our Lives, and the walls crack. I mean, that's another that goes back to my whole I can't stand Italian films because they don't make sense, and my brain is forcing me to fit them into, put the square peg in a round hole. I should just accept it as what it is.
Yeah, I like them because they don't make sense.
Now I do. In fact, I get depressed when you watch one and goes, "This is making too much sense."
Yeah.
Although I like the Black Cat. I like Fulci's The Black Cat because it's very creepy. It's the one with Patrick McGee, and he's listening.
Yeah. Is it Farmer in that?
Yes, he's listening to tapes to try to hear the dead, and it's just I'm a big fan of audio, stone tape type shit. I love when people are listening, playing back. The Changeling has that kind of scene. I love. I forget what they call it. The
EVP, electronic.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a bullshit ghost finding. I love ghost hunting movies. I hate ghost hunting shows and ghost hunters, but I absolutely love. We get the team together, even in a bad movie. If the team gets together and starts taking their equipment out, Legend of Hell House. It's like the only stuff I like in what's the Conjuring people, the first thing they made that really broke out, and they keep making them this shit. My memory is so bad. It's not demonic. It's not
Sinister.
Not Sinister. I haven't seen Sinister.
Insidious.
Insidious, yes. In the first Insidious, these two guys show up and they're basically like ghost hunters. They're using a Viewmaster, which I thought was brilliant. I mean, these cheap jack jerks that look like they're in Devo suits. But I love the idea that they just go, well, we have different we don't have to have an electronic. I love the idea that they were just using different filters on that to find the dead. But the rest of the movie I didn't care for. But I love any kind of Ghostbusters stuff. But anyway, Movie House Massacre is not worth seeing. It's just not. Well, what are you getting mad at me for?
Yeah, I am. Because I wanted to love that movie, Evan.
No, I wanted to like it, but it's not good. It's let's scare Jesse to death. I love that. Did any of you ever see Last House on Dead End Street?
Yes.
Yeah.
I disliked it. The writer here has a real love for it, and it's one of those things where I know what you're talking about, and I just don't buy it. I just think
Yeah.
a jerky movie with some creepy stuff in it, but it's just I don't enjoy it. It's not an experience that I cared for. Oh, here it is. Kiss of the Tarantula is the name of the film
yeah.
about the nobody kisses the tarantula. But it's a weird little movie where this girl just keeps putting tarantulas on people.
I think I've seen that. I
There's a
certainly
scene,
remember
the
the
scene
title.
in the drive-in theater is she just like puts tarantulas in the car to scare these people, and one of them ends up panicking and killing themselves in a really kind of gross way that I wasn't expecting.
Huh.
And yeah, she just everybody who's mean to me gets tarantulas, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like a great film, but it was I could sit with it. I could sit with it, but I think
watched a
it's also
film this
called
month.
Shudder, apparently.
Oh, right. But no, I watched a film this month, if you're into spiders, called Infested. Have you seen that? French film.
Spiders actually freaked me out.
I mean, this one will freak you the fuck out there.
I saw that
because,
you wrote that one up. I did read that.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't realize until I was reading an article about it afterwards. I mean, they filmed it on location in Paris, and they imported, I think they said something like 2,000 huntsman spiders from Australia for the shoot.
No, thank you.
And yeah.
I always wonder what it would be.
You can see them all on screen.
Yeah, none of them got out. Luckily, none of them escaped.
To act in a movie like that, I couldn't do it. Yeah, the headless eyes, man. Oof. Headless eyes is pretty bad. I did want to talk about one. Don't answer the phone. Really interesting interviews with the guy who made "Don't Go in the House," which is a movie that I found. I just fascinating is not the right word, but "Don't Go in the House" is the guy is the arsonist, the guy who builds he puts metal in all around, fireproof metal all around a room. I guess metal's fireproof. I don't know. And he brings women home and ties them up, and he sets them on fire.
Right.
Okay.
I just recently rewatched that too.
There's a scene in there that's just absolutely chilling. The big scene where they show how he kills his victims, and it's very, very scary. And they shot it in camera with like a prism. That's why that scene looks so good. They actually shot fire. They filmed fire in the same shot as the woman, and the prism put the fire on the body of the woman who's writhing. It's just a really effective scene, and it's really interesting also because there's a lot of interesting New Jersey locations in that one. The house, the disco that they go to is wild. The place that he goes to buy his disco clothes. It's another would pair up with Maniac. A lot.
Well, very much because of the ending. You have some.
I think it came out before the ending. I'm not sure before Maniac. Maniac's Maniac's a weird film. I'm never quite sure how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw it when it came out. It scared the living crap out of me, and then I watched it years later, and I got all huffy with it. And I was like, oh, "This is garbage." And then I watched it again recently, and I'm like, "It's a creepy, effective, nasty exploitation film." It's just a very, very. You feel soiled watching that film. It's a dirty film.
Yeah, it's borderline pornographic. It has that kind of 70s sleaze.
Don't Go in the House is a cleaner but it's another movie that you just feel you don't feel comfortable.
Well, it's very cruel. It's a cruel movie.
It is and the characters really you almost even more so than Joe Spinell's character. You kind of want him to stop and get his shit together.
Right. He has a friend.
Right. That's the thing. He has a chance. Spinell really does. It is a lot like the Maniac in that there is a stabilizing person in their life that they just can't deal with. The problem with Maniac is that it's Carolyn Monroe, and you're like, I'm sorry, Carolyn. Joe Spinell looks like a very dangerous person. From day one in that movie, he looks like somebody you don't want to hang out with.
He'll murder you.
And she's this like beautiful photographer, and she just the friendship does not work. But in Don't Go in the House, he's got a coworker who's really trying to draw him out of his shell.
Right.
And it's sad, he has a chance. There's actually a scene like that in The Headless Eyes, but unlike the other two films, they forget about it. They act, oh right, I was going to follow up on that, but I forgot.
Yeah.
And they introduce a character late on who likes his art, and it's Frankenstein, and they just it's just padding. But dude, is that if Stevie's still with us? Has anybody recommended a film? Does anybody is anybody alive out there?
Yes, Stevie was starring some stuff till we
cool.
slowed down the chatter. So if you do want to do some questions.
Yeah, because there is something I do want to talk about because it's pretty obscure, and I it's like of a piece, and but let's break it up.
Okay.
Let's see what's out there.
All right. So
help me, I'm possessed. I love that. They don't have good titles like that anymore. If you're gonna do retro horror, don't have The House of the Devil. Have the devil's eating my children's eyes.
Really dumb. Yeah.
Just go bonkers, man. Go. But yeah, I Dismember Mama. I've never seen that one.
Oh god. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I
can't read the.
Question is for new horror watchers. Which would you suggest to get into the genre?
Yeah, there's a friend of mine who's I think 10-year-old or 12-year-old nephew has really started getting into horror recently, and she's sort of being the cool aunt and gradually introducing him to films that she thinks he'll like. And I'm trying to remember what some of the big successes were. I think his favorite so far has been Alien.
Nice.
Sure.
Now, if I saw Alien at 10, I would have been a mess. I was very scared. I
saw it at the cinema when it came out, and I mean, I was 13 or 14 when that came out.
77, 78.
It was 79.
79.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
I was 14. Yeah. I was scared by the ads. I just saw the ad where they filled in the word alien and had the creepy music, and I forgot. I saw it on YouTube, and I forgot how absolutely freaked out I was by that ad.
I was fucking terrified at the cinema. I mean, the chest bursting scene when that came on.
I watched it.
I was traumatized.
I watched it in bright light, and I knew it was coming because I'd already. And I'm watching it while eating. The funny thing is, my family puts it on. I don't think they knew what they put it on, and we're eating dinner, and I'm like laughing, and it bursts. It was still terrifying, even though I knew it was coming. And my mother goes. My mother had no idea, and my mother jumps. Tableware goes all over the place. My stepfather, my sister. So I jump, and my mother goes, "Oh my God, it's a penis with teeth." And that's my mom. My mom, everything gets broken down to pornography with my mom. It's a penis with teeth, and I'm laughing my ass off.
When you go back to that question, about how to get into horror, one of the problems is there's so much horror, and what do you like and what do you don't like? I mean, if
you're the cool aunt,
but if
you're the kid.
If you're a kid, would you ease into more horror comedy to see what you like and what you enjoy?
I mean, so much depends on the kids.
Because
exactly. Some kids want to be scared. Some kids want a safe form of horror they can engage
kids
with. Some will
play
like
video games that are,
and some will find them dull.
Right. I'm not really sure if the question necessarily meant for kids too. Also.
Right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just assumed
if they could follow up. But I mean, the thing is, because do they want creepiness first? And the thing is, if you know the kid, you know what they're reading, maybe what comics they like or what bands they like, that might be a way to ease things in, because there are bands that use the imagery from something, or you can tell the bands are into it. But it's hard because it's like, some kids can take splatter, some kids can take the scariest stuff. Kids are different now. I mean, they grow up on, they're on YouTube. They play GTA, whatever that. I've seen kids who are talking about The Sopranos. Little kids in the pizza place. They're talking about Grand Theft Auto, and Walking Dead. I mean, kids watch Walking Dead. I couldn't watch that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's like Paul was quiet. You could give a kid horror comedy, and the tone will change, might freak them out, like it did when I watched Return of the Living Dead, and I was really bummed out. I didn't laugh because the horror was good. I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say go with some of the classics. Things like Night of the Living Dead, Jaws,
Yeah.
The Shining. Maybe maybe even go old school and go for something like The Haunting. These things are classics for a reason.
Yeah, it's
Right.
hard to tell if people will just be bored by them or not.
Yeah,
But
no,
maybe try three different.
Well,
Say,
yeah,
look,
if you
here's a slowy, here's a crazy one.
right,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Night of the Living Dead sounds like a good peg to
right. If
hang
you
stuff on
also if you
because
watch
everyone's
something like
seen
say
it.
the '80s Fright Night, and you go,
oh
"Oh, I
yeah,
like that," it didn't really scare me. You could then kind of escalate out, up to something a little more less goofy and kind of
yeah,
mainstream. I mean, you don't tell anybody to start with like Society, right? That Brian used the body horror thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Watch
I think
Society.
80s. I bet not just because we grew up in the 80s, but I think 80s films hit a certain sweet spot because there's almost always a little bit of gore
yeah,
and a little bit of comedy. But Fright Night is an interesting one. I don't
yeah,
like the Lost Boys, but people
I
love the
hate
Lost
I
Boys.
hate the Lost
But
Boys.
you know what I mean? It's a big teenage. I mean,
Oh yeah, beloved.
mm,
it didn't work for me. But I mean,
Yeah.
also, do they like ghosts? What is their Halloween costume this year? But if we're talking kids, but I mean, do
yeah,
they like ghosts? Do they like monsters? Do they like Michael? Halloween is not
Claymation.
bloody and it's scary, but it's a kind of scary you can live with. I think. I
Right.
think Halloween is a good one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If you want to ease them in with something that's more horror adjacent, maybe even something like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
sure,
Sure.
sure. There's
Yeah.
some creepy, weird
Oh yeah, there's some
stuff in that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
You know,
definitely something that if you're used to it just being a comedy, there's going to be some claymation in that
yeah,
that's going to
yeah,
stand
there's
up. Looking
some
at you.
stuff in that one. Yeah, that's a yeah. Or something one of those kids in peril teen things or something. The Final Destination might make you paranoid about your house,
yeah.
but still, they're not. Well, I wouldn't know what to pick. Like if it was my kid doesn't seem to like anything I like horror wise.
Hmm.
Oh, oh, you froze up again,
Frozen
Evan.
again.
Yeah, froze up.
I mean, you could go the other end of the scale and show them martyrs, and then after that, everything will be
Sorry.
fine.
Yeah, Martyrs. Yeah. Oh. At least
I-
I think Martyrs is a good movie.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I still have to see it. I'm scared of it. I mean, yeah,
It's
everybody
not
says
high tension.
I mean,
Ugh.
it's interesting. We had Jared Logan on the Good Friends of Jackson Lives recently talking about gore, and he was talking about his favorite gory films, and he's a big gore hound. And we started talking about Martyrs, and his whole tone changed, and he said, that he never wanted to watch that film again because it was so upsetting, and he said that the first time he saw it, he fainted. It was that it was so cruel
Wow.
that he got up.
I'm definitely putting that one on.
And the blood just went from his head and he collapsed.
Yeah, I found it interesting because it seems like it's the ultimate I don't want to watch this movie, right? Because of its subject matter. And then the story, the way it unfolds is so fascinating.
Yeah.
That
I
you
grew
go,
up. Oh,
okay, I
no,
it's not-
everybody.
It has a point.
People
It's
recommend
not
Martyrs.
gratuitous.
Paul recommended Martyrs to me. People, and they don't spoil it, and they go, "It's tough, but it's an actual movie. They're not trying to.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not a Serbian film, which I just.
right. It's not reversible or irreversible or reversible, whatever that is.
Irreversible.
Right.
I'd say irreversible. Is like Martyrs, and they both actually have a point.
Right, but I just don't want to watch that one at all.
I-
That's what that's the one for me. It's like I put it on a couple of times. I'm like,
Is that the one with the extended rape scene?
yeah.
And
I
it's done
can't.
backwards.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. That just I don't know. I mean, you might have a point, but
It's a grueling
it always
film,
reminds me.
yeah.
That kind of thing reminds me of don't do drugs, drink, kids. But the movie.
Oh, froze up
Gone
again.
again.
Yeah.
Sorry, you broke up completely there.
Because I just think it's weird when it's a movie that says we have a point we're showing you this but you shouldn't do this kind of thing. It's like,
no,
did you have to show it? I don't know.
I think with Irreversible, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. But I think Irreversible is a really interesting example because
I haven't seen it, so I shouldn't talk.
That rape scene in there is just so grueling. That is so horrible. I don't think anyone is going to get titillated that at all. It's just, it's like electroshock therapy for the brain. It's which actually electroshock therapy is electroshock therapy for the brain. I don't know why I said that.
I hear you.
For the eyes, that's what. Yeah, that's where I was going.
I saw a movie that I did not know was made by the guy who made Martyrs, and I absolutely despised it. People love it apparently, and I don't remember the name of it. It has a kind of generic name, but one way that, if you've seen it, one of the characters is a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan and wants to write like him, and her and her sister are being held by maniacs.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Ghostland, as Incidents in the Ghostland or something.
A guy, the two killers are like cartoon characters, so
Yeah.
they ruined it for me. One's a big monster, and the other one's a psycho transvestite, and they drive an ice cream truck, and it just seemed like, is this a Rob Zombie joke or something?
Yeah, Ghostland is called.
I did not care for that film at all. I see what it was trying to do, but it just, again, there's a twist, and there's a scene towards the end where she has a dream and she's hanging out with H.P. Lovecraft, and it just struck me as so wrong-headed. It was awful, but I did not care for that. But I didn't know that was the Martyrs guy.
Yeah, not one of my favorite films. Yeah,
I just thought it was being nasty for the sake of nasty and tricky for the sake of tricky, and I don't think it had a point, to be honest. It was a puzzle. It was like, we're going to film this in a certain way to make you wonder what's going on. And it's kind of not hard to figure what's going on, I think, because everybody's looking for the trick in it. We're all looking for the twist.
I mean, Martyrs is a very different kind of film. It's not a film that's got a twist or a trick or anything like that. It's got lots of reversals and surprises, but it's not a tricky film.
It's structurally, it's kind of like, what's the Kevin Smith horror film?
Clerks.
The hell was that called?
Oh, Red State.
Yes, Red State kind of. Martyrs has a quality where you think you're going in down one road, then you're going down another road, and then, I think that makes it interesting. Not like the big twist in High Tension, which makes that movie.
I know you hate High Tension, and I haven't watched it, but
I don't dislike High Tension, but I absolutely get why so many people do.
I hate it.
I have to watch it, of course, so I can talk about it with folks. A movie that I did not like, that I was surprised I did not like, was Kill List. I finally caught up with Kill List.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. It ties into a previous conversation we had. I loved the film until the horror kicked in. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought this is a rough, mean. It kind of had that feeling that I talked about Green Room. These are just two. This is what murderers look like.
Right.
They don't look like, beautiful GQ models. I love the banter. I love you could see the tension of them trying not to get on each other's nerves, but they couldn't help it. I just thought the acting was fantastic, and when the shit hits the fan, I just found myself like going, I'm not interested in this. I feel like I know where this is going, and I'm not scared, and I wish it was a different movie at the last 15 minutes, because it almost felt like they were checking their watches and going, when does the horror kick in? All right, mate. Horror kicks in now. Get in the tunnel.
For me, I saw that movie. It was praised. I didn't think it lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
And then I watched more of his films, and I love those other films so much. I love Field in England.
Field in England, I did not know what to make of, but
I love that.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. I wasn't expecting the comedy.
That other one that's kind of like that weird folk one that just came out. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That's a very weird movie.
There's
Have you seen Sightseers?
Yes, I really
I wanna
enjoyed
see
that.
Sideways.
I really
wanna-
enjoyed that.
That-
I
that's-
watched
that's
her movie that came out.
Revenge.
Oh yeah,
The actress,
Prevenge. Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
watching
that was
yeah.
interesting. Very kind
Yeah.
of indie, interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Because the second Severin put out another full horror set, which
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah.
I don't. A lot of those
Oh,
movies,
right.
a lot of those movies have hit Tubi and other places, I guess.
Mm.
But of course, I can't remember what some of them are. But I've seen a lot of the ones that are in this set. But there's some really interesting. I just looked up the whole set the other day, and I'm like, if I had some cash, I would love to have both Severin sets because the interviews and the background stuff looks terrific.
Right.
And and these are films that generally do. You don't have to read about them, but it's good to be filled in on what you've missed. I'm trying to remember that crazy movie. Is it Lotus? Is it called? No, not Lotus. The one about the French film about the town, the strange town, and there's no, yeah, no,
Calvert.
not Loris. That's a different one. That's oh god, it just hit Tubi, but there's a town that has a cultural festival, but everybody kind of goes crazy. And there is a mad scientist angle. There's a science fiction angle. There's something alien in the water. It starts with an L. And God, I wish I had a memory.
Wait, I think you were talking to me about this recently. Let me see if
I saw it years ago, and it just so I just watched something that's in that box set called The Rights of May, which was not as great as I was led to believe. It's a Filipino film, but it's interesting in that it just doesn't feel like it's from '76, I think, and it does not feel like Filipino. It does not feel like one of those films where mad scientists put heads on gorillas, and it's a very understated supernatural film. And I mean, I think it's worth seeing. Rights of May, it's called, but it's a big deal. The director is a big deal, but. Yeah, I cannot remember the name of this. It's not Leptira. That's the butterfly movie that's in the first box set, I think. But there's some really cool looking stuff in this one. You know what's in it, Paul? I think that Florida movie that you mentioned you had seen, that interesting film where the guy goes to check out his house or something, and he befriends the guy who's down there who was caretaker, and there's a family that had moved in, and they.
Oh yeah, the Enchanted.
Yes, yeah,
or Enchanted.
I want to see that again. It's a very
that was really weird. Interesting.
And I think they paired it up with the
Have you seen that, Scott?
No, I downloaded it from the Internet Archive on your recommendation, and I forgot that I had it.
I think
so
you dig
I'm
it.
gonna have to.
I think that would pair up nicely with Eyes of Fire.
Oh, nice.
It's not as it's smaller than Eyes of Fire. Not that Eyes of Fire is but Eyes of Fire has a bit more, more landscape, more movement. This it's very tight, takes place in the water, but it's such an odd film, and it's just one of those films where where'd this come from?
It's folk horror, but the horror is very minimal in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And there's very little in it. It's just about meeting those weird folks in the woods.
Weird.
Yeah.
I think they also put. It's not a good film, but I was fascinated by it. But the Legend of Hillbilly Jim, which is the Silver John.
Yeah.
Wow.
But apparently they cleaned it up.
There's a Silver John film.
Yeah.
Don't get excited.
Yeah, it's not
good. But
because I fucking love Silver John.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest comfort reading.
Yeah.
Well, I prefer the short stories to the novellas.
Sure. Yeah,
sure.
I think they're tighter, but they're so good. This movie, I've been waiting. I want to see it restored.
Yeah.
Because I have a copy of it. It looks like shit.
I've only seen it on YouTube, and it looks like crap. It is very of its time. It's very hippie-ish, which makes sense, but it's not.
Well, I mean, so are the stories to some extent.
It's not the right kind of the kind of hippie stuff going on in Enchanted would probably be better, because it takes a bad turn into trying to say racism is bad in one sequence. It's the message is fine, but it's very clumsy. I mean, the guy who plays him is a real musician. The film, it has Oh Ugly Bird is adapted as part of it, but it's very episodic. It feels episodic, and it just doesn't do it.
Okay.
It's something that's interesting to watch only because it's the only Manly Wade Wellman movie. There are some TV adaptations. Twilight Zone did one, and an old TV anthology. I don't know which one did one of his Civil War horror stories.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I mean,
yes.
I love Silver John, so I mean, I had to see it, and I'm like, does have some model animation, The Ugly Bird, and there's some recognizable character actors in it. But it's one of those films where you're like, I wanted to like this. It's just it's a footnote, asterisk kind of film. But it's out there. It's probably on YouTube or I don't think you have Tubi in England, right?
Oh, we do now, but
You do.
It's got a much more limited selection than the US.
But they have
but,
so much.
but yeah, I VPN into the American one sometimes, and
There
yeah,
is so much
better
weird,
selection.
crazy crap.
Oh, Tubi's amazing.
It's sick. The things that they have on there just don't make sense.
The amount of martial arts films that are on
Yes.
Tubi is insane.
It really is.
It's insane.
I mean, the number of Indonesian horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget. I just watched one from. I can't even remember. It's just, even if they're not good, it's a travelogue. It's like because they shoot them. They're not on sets usually. They're in. So it's like fascinating to watch. The first horror movie from so and so. I mean, these folk horrors films are just. I was just reminded of. Is it Eye of the one with David Niven and Deborah Carr?
Oh,
Sharon Stone.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Not Sharon Stone. Jesus Christ. Sharon Tate.
Right.
David McCallum. Eye of the Devil or something.
Oh God.
I'm surprised it's not discussed more because I think it's good film. Donald Pleasance.
I find it a little slow.
It is
That's
a
my
little slow, but I really, really like it. It's got a lot of the elements are there of folk horror films that people talk about.
Right.
And it's weird because it's studio money and it's
Eye of the Devil.
It's not a happy film. And thank you. Yes, and it's the land is important and
right.
fealty to the land and failure of crops and it's for a film that's got Deborah Carr and David Niven in it.
Was she not supposed to be in it? Wasn't that the thing that someone else was supposed to star? And like the last minute, she came in to make it.
Right. But I mean, the cast is terrific, if nothing else. David McCallum and Sharon Tate are just awesome to look at in this film. They don't have a lot of dialogue. They are just such a great pair of occult Bond villains. And the castle is amazing. The cinematography is really good. I dug it. I dug it a lot, and it's not a happy Hollywood film, which I was surprised by. Donald Pleasance shaves his head, looks creepy as fuck, and there's somebody else cool in it. Oh, I think Edward Mulhare is in it in a small role. I mean, I just liked it. I liked it quite a bit, and people don't seem to dig it, and I'm not sure exactly. Yes, it is slow in places, but I feel like there's enough nifty stuff in it. Especially for its time, I mean, you could put it with something like The Wicker Man. It's not the same movie, but there's some correlation to it.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, it's nifty. It's black. The black and white photography is crisp and beautiful. And McCallum and Sharon Tate are basically these two brats.
McCallum or it's
not McCallum.
David
Hemmings. Sorry.
David
Hemmings. Yeah. Who's like, it's funny that more people don't talk about this guy more because he's in some amazing genre films. That's my door. The window's open and it blew.
Oh, okay. Because that's like, now I'm all scared of it.
It's The Haunting. Yeah, I know. All right. But yeah, he's in some, he's in Deep Red. He's in Blow Up.
Yeah.
And he's in some garbage stuff too. So
yeah, he's in a lot of garbage stuff.
But it's an interesting career. And he's in Eye of the Devil. He's young. He just looks amazing. Very modish outfits that him and Tate are wearing. I want to, if nobody's going to chime in, I would just want to go over one thing with you guys because I think both might find this really interesting. I don't know if I talked to Paul about it. I fell down a rabbit hole. The guy who made Noroi
Oh yeah.
uh, and Occult and Cult and all these other weird. I mean, I didn't realize he made some films that I saw because they're not like those. Carved, the Slit Mouth Woman,
Yeah.
which is
Oh yeah.
just okay, but I love that legend, the urban legend. And he also made the Teki, I think Teki they're called, which is another Japanese modern yokai urban legend about a girl whose legs are severed by a train, and she's
Oh God.
she's
Yeah.
coming after you on her.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the movies aren't great, but I'm a sucker for that. So I mean, I can. So he made something called his name. I don't remember his name. I had to write it down, and now I can't. Koji Shiraishi, if I'm
Right.
and he's made a ton of movies. He just keeps making stuff for TV, and he makes stuff for movies. And this thing is called Senritsu Kaiki File, and it has several annotations that come after it because he makes a series of you can watch any of them, but they all connect. It turns out, and I found out about it because one is called the scariest, or like the most terrifying film ever made. So I watched that one, and I was kind of a little, I was thrown. It turns out it's the seventh episode because it's found footage. It is a unlikable film director who's making these videos. His crew that he treats like shit. The cinematographer is played by the director, and they go investigating things like the Slit Mouth Woman and
Okay.
and urban legend, the toilet ghost. I forget the name of that legend. And these very Japanese legends, and they're sent videos by fans of theirs, and they go investigate, sometimes with the fans. And it's like, I think there's like 12 episodes now, and the first 6 comprise a storyline that ends with the movie, and then all hell breaks loose, all logic goes out the window, and it restarts. And then I can't even describe it. Okay. There's this. Have you ever seen Fake Documentary Q?
Fake Documentary Q.
Fake Documentary Q is a series of short videos made in Japan, and you can watch any of them, but they do sort of add up to something, but they're short. They're almost like sometimes they're a couple of minutes, and they're just like, we heard that there's a door that I can't remember it very well, but they're very subtle. There's no jump scares. There's no craziness. They're interviews with people. Like there's a cursed tape, if I remember the first one, and they just talk to the people who ran the video store where I believe somebody disappeared from after finding this tape or whatever. And it's just investigations into things that really can't be solved.
Okay.
And they don't really have satisfying endings. They're just basically, they're 40 in it, I guess. It's like, let's document these weird things. And I haven't watched it in a while. I think it's on YouTube. But yeah, Fake Documentary Q is just a lot of these little, it's almost like filler videos that they would put in between other shows. And they're investigating things that are weird. And if I remember, if you watch them, you can watch them in any order, but they start to have some things come up again. So Senritsu Kaiki File, everything folds in on itself at a certain point. You can watch any of them, and they'll talk about certain things. You can watch one and just enjoy, there's an episode about a kappa. A guy is pretty sure that he saw a kappa. I only disliked one episode. They're nuts. And by the end of the goddamn series, and supposedly they're still making them, he still wants to kick one out every once in a while. It becomes mind-bending. I can't even tell you the story. But there is a through line, and then it gets, if you've seen, it doesn't get like Noroi. It starts maybe a little bit more like Noroi, but it comes a lot more like Occult and Cult in that weird cheap effects that he uses in his films. He still uses them, and then there's a connection to a cult.
Huh.
It's like the world of this. It's just so bizarre. And if you like a cult and cult where he goes like kind of meta crazy, you will enjoy these. They're also kind of funny at times because the director is a horrible person. He's very mean to his staff. He hits the coworker all the time. He threatens people constantly. Like he's interviewing people, and if he doesn't like he doesn't feel he's getting what he needs out of them, he actually starts hitting. He'll hit people. He's fucking nuts. But I binged them in 2 nights. I went crazy. I couldn't stop watching them. And it's all folk horror, urban legend.
Are they on
and
YouTube?
then
Or?
after a while, strange things start to happen that recur.
Yeah, where are they available, Evan?
Somebody has them all on YouTube. I forget what is it called, Tokyo Horror, or I should have written down that. But I mean, if you put Senritsu Kaiki file, SENRITSU, Senritsu Kaiki, KAIKI file, and I'm sure you'll fall upon it. And then I ended up watching have you ever seen the Tales of Terror from Tokyo? They're very short videos that we used to see them on local TV because they were like 5 minutes long, some of them. And it's lots of horror directors just making, it's kind of like in between fake documentary Q and Senritsu Kaiki. They're very short little films.
Where did we see them, Evan?
These are on Tubi.
No, but I mean, where did back in the day we saw these?
No, I did. Sarah and I. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They were being shown on the local Japanese lease time.
Okay.
The Tales of Mystery, Tales of Terror from Tokyo, and some of them are terrific, and some of them aren't. But they come at you so they've put like 8 to 16 of them together as films, and they're on YouTube and they're on Tubi, and I just couldn't stop watching them. They're just it's just like reading a book of 17 true ghost stories. They don't really have endings. They're just campfire tales, and you go, that was weird. But some of these have, and they're mostly supernatural and just strange. It's like films about phenomena. They're story form, a lot of them, but sometimes it's just that was weird, and it's 3 minutes, and then sometimes it's 8 minutes, and I found them like they were like potato chips. I could not stop watching all of them. The Senritsu stuff is like about an hour each, and it gets wild, absolutely wild.
I'll have to check those out. Yeah, it sounds
I think they're a lot of fun. I was pushing people on them, but that was like the main thing. I've been watching a lot of Japanese stuff and a lot of found footage and now 70s stuff because of this book, and I'm rewatching stuff that I haven't seen in ages, and I'm making a list of what Scott's been seeing. You haven't been on a huge horror kick lately, it seems, Paul. You've been.
No, it's funny when I look at my list of films that I watch and I look at horror, it's not that much. I'll watch 2 or 3 films a month.
You just watched something very weird that I remember. Oh, what did you? Do you have your list in front of you of from?
I can.
You posted something like 2 or 3 days ago, and I was like, oh, I couldn't even make jokes. I remember something that was just like, oh God. I don't think it was horror, but it was kind of a genre. I mean, it certainly wasn't, Merchant Ivory. It wasn't the page, thank God.
Not Wonton Ton.
Oh, well, that I was amazed because I've always wanted to see that stupid film, but it looks terrible. Was it terrible?
It was pretty terrible. The Outing, The Lamp.
That's not a good movie.
So that's not the one.
Two titles, right? And your movie's called The Lamp, right? And you're like, look, we got to jazz up the lamp. And some guy says, help me, I'm possessed by a genie. And the other guy says, no, we'll call it The Outing.
So the title of the film is The Outing, The Lamp?
No, it's known as The Outing, and I think back on your side of the pond.
No, it's called The Lamp. It's called The Lamp and The Outing. And it's not very good. But yeah, Paul, you just it's not Wonton Tom, the dog that saved Hollywood.
Megan 2.0? Cop Game? Cop Game was amazing.
What the fuck are you watching?
What?
I mean, I watch garbage, but you watch like you know.
Fuck you!
No, fuck you! Fuck, I know where you live.
How dare you?
I dare anything.
I'm coming over there.
When eagles dare.
Was a Cop Game? What? Like, give me a hint.
No,
What happened in it?
I don't know what happened because you don't post plot stuff. You post like the Zen like takes.
I post things that make no sense.
No, they do make sense, but you have to see the movie. And I've seen a lot of the films that you've seen, but this one, actually, I think I did see this. Look at this. I'm so bad with technology. I can't even find something on. It takes me so long. I can't even finish a goddamn sentence.
The American Scream. It was a documentary about people putting up shitty.
No, I didn't watch that. Although I thought American Scream was the that weird movie about the family that goes to the town that needs young people to die.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Perfect Strangers.
Isn't that the thing with Bronson Pinchot? That terrible
this was a movie
sitcom. Are you sure?
And then tries to seduce the mother of a child who witnesses his most recent kill.
Wait, who made that?
It? Terror in the Wax Museum. I woke up the other. I woke up early the day I died. Was that?
Wait a minute. I don't remember. What the hell? That's a good title.
That is a crazy Billy Zane.
Oh,
who wrote this? It's based on
Orson Welles at the Magic Castle. I don't remember that.
Oh, that was an Ed Wood Jr. script that they made.
Oh God, yes,
the late 90s.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm looking. So I missed your post. I missed your post about the golden Oreos are good. Okay, that's it. No, there's the lamp in the outing. It's bad. I watched.
It wasn't
Magic Cop. You rewatched Magic Cop?
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to get my kid to watch Magic Cop.
Oh, Magic Cop is so good.
Oh, Schizoid, the Klaus Kinski thing. That's not good.
Is that what you were talking about?
Probably not. Probably not. How do you like them apples? Drive-In Massacre is terrible. Drive-In Massacre would be good on what's the Italian film? He's Still Out There or something like that. Have you ever seen that? It has the exact same ending as Drive-In Massacre, meaning you want to kick the television set and throw things. Cat of Nine Tails, Drop Dead City, Blood Moon. Man, I you know what? I must be making this up because
it seems like
I can't find it. It's not Scream. Oh, there's a dark song. It's not Scream, Blackula Scream. It's not the John Candy thing. I'm losing my mind, and I'm not high. Drop Dead City. What is that? That sounds good. What's Drop Dead City?
I don't know. I'm trying to look it up. What the hell did I watch?
I saw Cop Game. I think it's terrible. Yeah, the Bruno. They're all
Raising Cain. Was it Raising Cain?
No, remember we talked about that when we went out drinking last time. I still have. Oh no, I did see Raising Cain, but I was working and it just made me crazy. And I was saying that I want to see that high. I want to see Raising Cain high. No, I don't see it here, and I'm wasting everyone's time.
Well, here's a recommendation along Evan's line. If I can fucking find it again, Ghost Killer, which is a Japanese film.
That's the name of that's the appliance store that we used to see coming back from getting drunk and going to shows. What was it called? What the King installed? Antenna King.
What the King installs never falls.
Ghost Killer. These were all signs that were on the top of a building by the highway.
Right. And this is a
low budget when we saw it.
It's a low budget action Japanese film where a guy gets killed and because of contrivances can possess, if she's willing to do it, the body of this young girl so he could find revenge by beating the shit out of people.
Is it martial arts?
Yeah, action's really good. I don't think it's the same director, but it's one of the stars of the assassin stuff.
Okay, right.
You okay, Scott?
Yeah, I've just managed to knock the arm off my microphone stand.
Right. I haven't done any of that. I'm just high.
Here's an interesting film. It's folky horror-y. The Savage Hunt of King Stock. STAKH. It's from the Soviet Union, former Soviet Union. It might have been. It's a weird movie. It's kind of like the uh, the White Reindeer. Was that the name of that one? Except it's not as
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not fantasy oriented. It's an interesting oddball film. Um, I watched speaking of Mr. Vampire, I watched Choi Hark's Vampire Hunters.
Oh
It
wow.
wasn't very good, but
No.
it had that, there's zombies and vampires in that one, and they
Yeah.
kind of confuse how the zombies become hopping vampires after a certain amount of time. Very confusing.
It's amazing when you go back and you watch Encounters of the Spooky Kind, the Sam
Yeah,
Raimi film.
yeah, and all the Tubi now has the Chinese ghost stories, Bride with White
Yeah.
Hair, stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. Um, I watched a really weird movie that I wasn't prepared for. It's only an hour long. I don't recommend it. It's called The Grim Reaper, and it turns out it's a religious film about the son dies and he was not saved, and the father does not believe, and the whole film is, at one point the devil comes and takes somebody, and the religious son is trying to convert him. So basically, it's just one of those made in the South to be shown at schools and try to get people to be born again. So it was creepy, but for all the wrong reasons. And it's inept, but it's not fun. And but I guess it counts as a regional horror film because Satan comes through a wall. It's not impressive, but it's the kind of film that's like, Reefer Madness more than anything else. It's like, yeah, the Switchblade and the Cross type stuff, but inept. She Wants the Woods was terrible. River. Oh, did you watch River?
No, I'm saving that to Stevie. I had tried to watch it.
I think she would like it. I think you would both like it.
Yeah, I tried to watch it once before, and I was like, I wasn't in the mood for it, but people had commented on it, and when you did, it's like, yeah, it's in my queue as something to.
I can't remember the name of if we get to the name of the first movie that he made, what is it, like something the 2 minutes?
Infinite 2 minutes. Yes. Infinite 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Into the Infinite 2 minutes. Have you seen that, Scott?
No, I've heard recommendations of it.
It's a Japanese
really cool.
TV style video film about people in a cafe, and you get to know a little bit about their lives. And in some ways, it is like a rom-com that plays out, but it's a lighthearted science fiction film that's just fun to watch because it's all done in one take. They had to film a lot of things beforehand because it's about people who are watching a TV that's telling them what's going to happen in 2 minutes or something.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And they keep coming up with clever ideas on how to fix their problems, which creates more problems.
Oh,
this film,
okay,
that should be on Tubi. This film is by the same director. It's called River, and it came out 2 years ago. And River is about a time loop that hits a mountain, an inn, a Japanese inn up in the mountains during the winter, and all the characters start to figure out they're being sent back 2 minutes, and they don't know why. And it has the same kind of charm and clever and interesting ways to change the story. And basically, it's not shot in one take, obviously, but they keep resetting, and they use the information they've gotten with each reset to try new things.
Okay.
And so the film is made of 2 minute bursts.
Huh.
And it's adorable. It's adorable, and crazy shit happens. And I really liked it a lot. But,
I'm trying to think of a film. I believe it's Japanese. It's about a female robot that does deliveries, and her spaceship looks like a Winnebago or something.
I have read about this strikes a chord of reading, but not.
And I just saw it recently, and of course I can't find it. And it was just this very quiet ear thing where she delivers junk to like planets. She's like just basically like a UPS robot, and then she does chores in the thing. It's a very weird, quiet movie, but of course nobody knows what that is.
A weird. It's not really a horror film, although it might be. I don't know. A weird, not quiet Japanese film I saw was called The Crazy Family from 1984, and it's a satire of people moving away from the cities to getting their own little house. And the family goes crazy, and it's a very, very bizarre film. everybody goes crazy in a different Japan. You know, one goes crazy towards like wanting to be an idol. One goes crazy studying too much for his tests and terrified of not getting in. And it's just a very strange film. There's some very funny things in it, but yeah, the crazy family. It's very Japanese, which means I don't get a lot of it. But it was neat. It's neat. I mean, you could argue that it's a horror film in ways because they start turning on each other, but it's never really a film where you're like, you know, it's not, you know, not Straw Dogs or anything like that. You know?
I mean, along those lines, not a film, but have you ever read any books by what's the name, Sayaka Murata?
No.
She wrote a book a few years back called Convenience Store Woman, which is a weird, unsettling book. But then she started writing stranger and stranger stuff. A short story collection, Life Ceremony, is some weird, fucked up shit.
Convenience Store Woman?
Yeah, but,
All right.
but I recommend starting with Life Ceremony.
Right, but I just wrote the right title down to
yeah.
just so I could Google it later.
Yeah.
Oh, they're translated, obviously.
Yeah, and her stuff is, it's kind of horror adjacent. It's written in a very matter-of-fact style, but, you know, really weird, disturbing stuff happens. I mean, the title story of Life Ceremony is about Japanese culture, like some indeterminate point in the future, where some social mores have changed relating to death. And now there's this new series of ceremonies that have come up to do around funerals, where the family is expected to take the body of the deceased and cook part of it for the attendees of the funeral, and you commemorate the person's life by eating part of their corpse. And
I don't like that because it sounds like it could happen.
I mean
it sounds like some crazy.
I mean, everything in these books feels like
you can convince yourself that this is the way to do something,
and that's exactly what the story's about how, you know, social mores change in society, and how, you know, something that seems so repulsive and fucked up to us is just entirely normal to the people around them, because
that
that's
sounds great.
just what
Yeah,
you do.
that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we hit the 3 hour.
We hit 3 hours.
Holy shit! And we haven't really been getting, you know.
Well, no, there are some questions.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I had no
let's
idea.
answer some questions.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm genuine, and you're like, oh, fuck you.
No, I'm not. The fuck. Here's your question.
I think I have.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should read. Has anyone seen The Devil's Gift, 1984?
It's such a generic title, I can't place it.
I looked it up before. It looks like it's a student film.
Well, I'm writing this down because I love weird. The Devil's Gift.
The Devil's Gift.
It's like
1984.
It's so much.
The Demon Inhabits a Monkey Doll.
That's because it's based on the monkey. The same. You know.
Oh, is this the guy got like he got the rub to
the
do
writing
a
thing?
film?
Yeah.
Like the Boogeyman. Somebody made a student film of the Boogeyman, and King was like, "That's cool," but you know, everybody thought that they could make a Stephen King story after that. No, I haven't seen this definitely. So
I think I did back in the 80s. I'd forgotten about it, but now that I'm looking at the poster and the synopsis, I'm pretty sure I did.
I wonder if that's easy to find or if anybody, you know. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I have definitely not seen this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Crazy poster. Surprise! I like that. The Devil's Gift is a really kind of not good title, though.
No.
It's so generic. I mean, God, there's so much. I can't remember anything I've seen. I have to constantly. I'm on Tubi, and I constantly have to have IMDb open. IMDb, and go up. I've seen this one. Plus, they change the posters a lot.
This one's great.
Holy shit!
Oh wow,
that's beautiful. Oh come on.
That's a box.
Betamax.
Oh man.
God damn! I would.
I really miss the 80s sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Every day.
Yeah, I don't. That is terrific. Dev, why is the V like that? That's great. Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. Hopefully nobody like lawyered up on that one. If it's close to the thing. But I want to see that. Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm not a very good host of this.
We're not getting paid. Fuck them.
Here's one from earlier before too.
Huh. I remember really liking the first one. I saw it in theaters, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And I don't remember liking the second and third one.
Yeah.
But people seem to love the Jennifer Tilly stuff.
Yeah. The later ones got weird. I remember. I remember liking the first one, and I had similar reaction to the subsequent ones. But yeah, the later ones, I only saw one of them, and I can't remember which one it was.
There's Cult of Chucky, then there's Spawn of they're supposed to have gotten
Seed of
really
Chucky
nuts.
or something.
Bride of Chucky.
Right.
Bride of Chucky, I think was. I saw
That's
Bride and the one that came after that, and those were pretty fucking gonzo. Yeah.
Yeah, which it's like I haven't dipped back in because there's a lot of them now.
Yeah, I did. I remember the first one being fine, but I didn't like the second one, which is, I guess, is that in the military camp?
It was Wayward Kids and a Toy Factory, or that was the third. It just felt like flat. It felt good. The first one had a real Fright Night, fun kind of.
Yeah.
Some
remake sucks.
The remake, the doll looks shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doll just looks like nobody would put that out as a toy. I think maybe for adult collectors that would be funny actually. If it was a movie about the Child's Play movie having toys made of it for adult collectors, so that way you bypass the kid, because more toys are bought by adults, such as Peter Cushing. Can't see his face; he doesn't look like anything here.
Was that a NECA figure?
Yeah. I have to find I can't find I need the Christopher Lee, and there's a Vincent Price. I mean, they don't make Vincent Price often, so I bought this for my birthday a few months ago. I just went, oh fuck it. It was like, stupid purchase. I bought him and the Invisible Man. So, but I really like.
But you misplaced that one.
No, it's an empty box. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It rattles.
That's how they get you. Here's another
question. There's a hat.
Okay, this is showing my age, but kid horror TV shows. Oh yeah, the way to go as a gateway. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Goosebumps, maybe early Scooby-Doo films.
Yeah,
those early Scooby-Doo films bother me because then there's real supernatural shit, and that pisses me off.
No, I'd rather have real supernatural shit. I hated that everything turned out to be some. The mayor's assistant was wearing a zombie head, and I was like, oh fuck, I hated that.
Yeah,
but I still don't like. I mean, if it's fun, it's fun. I mean, gangsters are making a haunted house. I think Robert's on the right track though, because it's a whole section of films that I don't even consider but they're very popular. The Goosebumps stuff they're still adapting and making that. There's a Tubi original now I just saw with the pumpkin, because there's a lot of characters that are popular in the Goosebumps. I only know them because they've made toys or been mentioned. I don't know the Goosebumps stuff. I'm too old for that. But Are You Afraid of the Dark? People seem to really like that. And if they're online, folks, I get supposedly the stuff that they've made from creepypasta and all that. They just never made a good film out of them. The Slender Man stuff's not supposed to be good, but
there was the TV show. There was the TV show Channel Zero, which wasn't terrible.
I have seen that, but I don't know it. Yeah, but I do think that's a good way to ease people in, because they're written for that age. They might, and if they go, I thought this was a little too soft or not scary, it's kind of a good bellwether, a good gauge.
Right.
I didn't even think of all those.
Because it's not our age. It's not in our demographic. We didn't grow up on that.
Yeah.
And when we were kids, we were watching the stuff that was made for adults. I mean, I didn't want to watch the real Ghostbusters.
There was some scary stuff for kids that I remember from that era, but I mean, most of it was stuff like Doctor Who.
Right. Well, most of it,
or Sapphire and Steel.
Whatever that show means.
You didn't grow up. Yeah, you didn't grow up here. They would be too terrified of the shows. The Stone Children. What is it called? Children of the Stone.
Children of the Stones. Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. I watched that a few months ago. They would not bring that over here. There's a lot of. There was a kids show that somebody wrote up that I watched that had an episode that supposedly really scared a lot of people, and it was a child gets a mirror that starts showing him himself, but it's like a really creepy version of himself, and he becomes more and more absorbed with that, and it's got a downer ending, and it was made for kids. It was part of a series.
Was it a British program?
Yes.
I mean, as soon as he said downer ending, I thought it had to be.
Yeah, and there's another one that I watched.
We don't do happy endings.
That's the thing. And if the endings are happy, they're melancholy, or everyone's not allowed to remember it, and friends don't become friends. The end of Children of the Stones, I won't get, but the end of Children of the Stones is not good things happen, but it's not a happy ending. It's a kind of sad ending. It's creepy.
I was going through some British anthology shows, and I of course I can't remember the name. These are from the 70s, I think. And there was one show that had maybe 5 or 6 episodes. Most of them are lost, except for a famous episode about a kid at a birthday party for other kids.
Yes. I know the one you mean.
I was hoping you did.
Oh shit.
The only existing print, I think, is a black and white version. It was in color, but it's basically, it's this kid that everybody hates for whatever reasons goes to a birthday party, and the birthday boy is teasing him and he's being a dick, and it's, horror ensues.
I feel like I may have seen this, because what it is that a lot of this stuff I trip over, because on Blue Sky, when we were on Twitter, there's the We Are Cult, which is a British, and they write up a lot of, and Scarred for Life, which is great.
Yes.
Scarred for Life site just is constantly. I got to watch all the safety films, the British safety films, which are bloodthirsty. The Donald Pleasance one about the water. He narrates.
Oh yeah,
he's the water that kids drown in. It's fucking great. But that's where I found out about a lot of these kids shows that I saw. In fact, also the game show where you basically played this kind of ersatz D&D.
Oh, Nightmare.
Yeah. Which I had this physically pull myself away from watching, because it wasn't very good, but it was fascinating. The kid doesn't know the map that he's on. It's early video computer stuff, and 3 kids on his team yell at him for what to do, and it's very frustrating because no one seems to ever win, and they get the kid gets killed by things. It's really bizarre. But British TV, man, and radio, much creepier than American stuff.
It was called Late Night Horror. It was a BBC series. Actually, it was shown in 1968.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta look for that. Is that on you?
Well, as Paul said, there's only one episode that survived.
Yeah, it's
the urban legend is that it was so creepy that they decided to wipe it. But that's obviously bollocks.
Right.
Because the BBC wiped.
They wiped everything.
They did a lot of Doctor Who. They could have made a lot of money on.
Jerk-offs.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, we're back to the Devil's Gift.
No, that's the wrong one.
It's like, well, they did banish Ghostwatch, which is so. Thank God they didn't wipe it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was later, but still.
Even it was 1980s.
You're just waiting for somebody in the Netherlands to find some more of those Doctor Who's or something like that.
Well, apparently some have turned up recently. So
nice.
Yeah, they did. Right. I just heard that. Yeah. That'll be
what era?
I think Hartnell. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a lot of the episodes where they would just show the photographs.
Yeah,
it's amazing that they took all those stills that you can actually.
Those are fans. That's all exists because they're
amazing,
crazy fans that
those on-set photos are. I've watched about 8 different stories now.
I think that the Hartnell. Or were the photos actually done by the BBC? Did they
were on-set photos.
So they were on-set photos.
But it's the recordings that were done by fans.
The recordings.
They have the sound recordings, and it's like they're enjoyable enough. It's hard to watch a lot of them in a row, but I mean, I went through I've watched the entire Hartnell now at this point.
Well, I like the Troughton. There's a lot of animated ones that fill in the stuff that are pretty good.
The one with the Yetis, right? The one with the Yetis.
Oh, the Yetis, wonderful.
It cracks me up, but I find them really entertaining. I mean, we can talk. I've fallen in for Doctor Who late in life, And you know, like I said,
Oh,
I search for those. Like you know, the I forget who the company that put the books out because
oh
I
yeah,
find them
Arrow.
right.
Yeah.
I find this shit comforting as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I loved reading those books as a teenager.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I used to.
but the Troughton episodes, that was my introduction to Doctor Who
yeah.
back when I was like 3 or 4 years old or something,
Wow.
watching them on black and white TV. And I remember it was the Ice Warriors. That was the first thing I
They're cool.
remember.
I know that. I know what they are.
That hissing, sibilant voice. And I remember being like 4 years old, watching this on television, and absolutely bricking it. I was shit scared watching this, and I think that's a big part of why I'm such a big horror fan.
Yeah,
Just because I was terrified by that
Um,
impressionable age.
I mean, Doctor Who is horror adjacent. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
they constantly have the stinger at the end where the thing shows up. There's stuff in
And
that.
the monsters, and the monsters,
The monsters
some
are
of the monsters.
nuts.
Yeah.
There's the episode where the Daleks have taken over London in the future,
Mm.
or whatever it is really distressing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole season of Tom Baker that's basically gothic horror. There's the
Yeah.
Breda Morbius season with
yeah.
I forget what else is on.
And they're
that.
willing to
But-
kill
but-
off
but
likable
even-
characters.
But even before then, there was
Oh, yeah.
the demons and all the stuff
yeah.
in Silbury Hill and
And, some
the
of the-
Autons. The Autons were terrifying.
Some of the deaths of the characters
Companions?
are
Oh, yeah,
horrifying.
Yeah.
The companion that basically just gets shunted off into space
Yeah. What was it?
Was
Aldrich? Was it?
creepy. It was,
Well,
it was
Aldrich-
so
yeah,
early
Aldrich-
on. This
Yeah.
girl, I think she sacrifices herself or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's in the heart. No, they pick her up off a planet, and I think she's in the Roman something in the past, and they take her with us, and she wasn't working out. I read about it, so they basically got rid of her in a really shocking way for a kids show. That was like all of a sudden, you know, you're supposed to love these characters, and then zip, and they bump off the one that Jean. She's not a companion, but some people want her to be a companion. She's the cop from the future who turns against. Who's the Jean Marsh plays her.
Okay.
Oh,
Was she supposed to be in the spin-off kind of like Dalek stuff?
I'm not sure, but she's in this awesome like Emma Peel cop out.
Oh.
You know, she's in this bodysuit with a gun. She's very tense, but she joins the doctor and his folks, and you know, boom, you know,
Mm.
don't fall in love with everybody on this show because they'll get rid of them. I'm enjoying the hell out of them. I'm Tom Baker was my favorite because that's the first one for me. But it's funny
Yeah.
because those Doctor Who books, the equivalent for me growing up, and a lot of people were the Star Trek log books and the Star Trek adaptations.
Yeah.
Alan Dean Foster did the log books, and James Blish did the episode
wow.
adaptations. The
Oh,
log
good.
books were adaptations of the animated series, which were written by a lot of Star Trek writers and science fiction writers. I think Niven may have done one. I
And
can't
some
remember.
considered that canon, the show.
They're really good. They're
Yeah.
really good. When Bijo Trimble made the compendium, they folded all that stuff into it. You know, people didn't argue about it then. They was like, "Give me all the Star Trek I can."
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
that was great because it was the only new Star Trek you got because the cartoon did not really penetrate the market. I mean, I didn't
No.
see it until the early '80s, I think, when it was
Yeah.
rerun.
Yeah, I've still never seen it, which surprises me because
They're
I
cheap.
was a kid when it was on, and
Yeah,
I
they're
should
cheap
have.
as hell, but they got a lot. Most of the cast did the voices. I mean, nobody cares anymore because now Star Trek is like a religion. It's like
Yeah.
Doctor Who. There always has to be Star Trek. There always has to be Star Wars. The Doctor Who, Batman. I mean, it doesn't go away. I think they just renewed Doctor Who.
Well, Doctor Who
Yeah,
is
it's
not
on
going
the
to be on.
ropes at the moment. Yeah,
It's not going to be on Disney anymore. They said there's going to be a special next year.
I think the BBC is taking control.
Yeah,
of
they
it.
have to because nobody's giving them money anymore.
Right. I don't even remember who the last. Oh yeah, I do now. Okay. But yeah, I'd like to catch up one day and just have seen them all.
I don't like the reboot much for weird reasons. Some of them is
I think they've had some really good doctors. It's just
they
that the
have.
writing hasn't always been great. I thought Cutie Gatwa was terrific as the Doctor.
Yeah, I forget who.
I
was the
found
actress?
I felt like the show was almost like a kid's show on those
Yeah, yeah.
seasons. It felt like not even a young adult show. There was something about that just didn't work. It was very bright and flashy.
I know from osmosis that people were like very disappointed in the last couple of seasons. Like Capaldi was choppy, and they liked, unless they were racist or sexist.
Well, that's the thing you've got to worry about.
Yeah.
What's the review coming from?
Right. No, but these were Doctor Who fans who weren't crazy, and they were writing realistically, and they just felt that I don't know the actress's name, who played.
Oh yeah.
And they felt that that season, that Doctor was completely let down by the writing. Jodie
Jodie
Whittaker. Yeah.
And they were just like, it doesn't matter who was the Doctor. The Doctor was terrible.
I mean, the showrunner for her episodes was Chris Chibnall, who was also responsible for Torchwood, and that should probably be a pretty big warning flag.
I haven't seen Torchwood. I have no idea.
I think that one of the problems is it's basically been in the hands of three people making Doctor Who since it came. Davies, Moffat, and
Moffat's the one I know, and I know that people have a love-hate relationship with Moffat. It seems.
Yeah, I mean, Moffat, I think, is probably the best writer out of the three, but he's the most variable. He can be very self-indulgent.
Yeah.
Chibnall, I think, is a hack.
I remember Sarah and I watched the Chris Eccleston.
Yeah.
Eccleston, yeah.
And we enjoyed almost everything we watched from that. We fell off, but I was really enjoying him as the Doctor. And the done in one episodes I really liked what they were doing.
So here's the ultimate blasphemy. Do you know why I don't like modern Doctor Who? Because with all the Doctors, even David Tennant, who I think is absolutely terrific as the Doctor, all of them really interesting, they all come across as being kind of dumb to me. The writers don't write the Doctor as being that intelligent. So I keep on coming up, like, solves problems. Like, it's like, oh, it's solved. It's like, what? I know it's a pet peeve, but it's a real.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah.
I think it's very fair. I mean, I'm not seeing that because I felt the Eccleston character was smart.
Well, yeah, and there's a season with David Tennant where they go to a planet that has it's not a hospital planet, but I think the scene is basically, I know how to solve this. We'll just mix all the medicine together and give it out. And I'm like, dude, come on.
That's like Lost in Space,
right?
But I mean, you're gonna get quality variables over that many seasons, especially when it blew up, and then it's like people are afraid to do anything, and don't touch this. I mean, it seemed to me like they wanted David Tennant to just be Doctor Who forever. People really loved him. So what haven't there been now? There've been. I mean, I remember playing the pinball machine in the '80s, and there were like 8 of them at the time.
Yeah, I think it's at 15 or so now.
Because there's a double up.
If including John Hurt and Paul McGann and
McGann's been doing a ton of the audio stuff. Yeah. I'm really happy for him because I thought he was a perfectly fine Doctor.
We went over your place to watch that.
Yeah, we all watched it. It was like that was okay, but it didn't feel. A movie doesn't feel right unless it's like a special, that the little charity special.
Eric Roberts was not a good master, though.
Oh, geez, no. Oof. Ray Liotta would have been worse, but Ray Sharkey. But it was fun. We had, we were excited, and it was amiable. It was like that. It was like the Hellboy movie we were talking about.
Yeah.
You want to like it more, but the writing, just didn't quite do it.
And that, just the whole him. I mean, it wasn't even just the fact that they were trying to say that the Doctor was half human, but it was the fact that he had to pretty much turn to the camera and say it like every half hour or something. It was just really weirdly done.
Yeah. They really didn't.
Yeah, they had to change. I remember getting mad because he said, "Oh, the Eye of Harmony is in the center of each TARDIS." It's like, that can't be right. How do you have an Eye of Harmony in every? That's a black hole. Oh my God, I don't know. I read this as a kid.
Doctor Who fandom is just so. You can argue about Star Trek, but the fact that the character changes constantly and is played by a different person, and the timelines are so crazy, and there's a war doctor, and they can do something in 5 seconds that nobody knew about, and now they do, and there's 900 alien races. I mean, it's just who's a companion is an argument. I mean, it's just wild. When I was watching the Doctor Who and starting to read about it, it was just like, unreal how it was like filk singers going at it with swords. It's like the intensity of it all about a guy who fucking time travels with. He's got a canine robot. Dopey shit happens. The guys are wearing frog suits, literally with bug things on them, and they've got scuba diver slip flippers on, and they fall over the set. I watched this guy fall over the set in one episode, and I had to bring my kid, come here, you got to see this. And we watched like 6 times. It was amazing. But I love that. I think that it's charming that the old ones were, the bug people. That episode with the Planet of the Bug People, and they're doing dances and stuff. Oh my god, it was just they're like wasp people were killing bee people and pulling their wings.
Oh god, yes, yeah.
It's painful episode, but it's when it's all jerky, it's hard to take it too seriously. But obviously, people did.
Yeah,
I still love Tom Baker though. Tom Baker is so much fun, and he's smart and he's goofy. Like Tom, if Tom Bombadil was cool,
he was there for so long. He got to do a lot of good episodes,
and I liked his companions.
I mean, the weird thing is, I never liked Tom Baker to begin with because because I'd imprinted on John Pertwee. He was my doctor, and then Tom Baker came along, and he
who married Jean Marsh in real life.
Oh right, huh?
Well, I hated Tom Baker because he's in Sinbad and he's in the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, and he's such a bastard, and he cheats and kills the Griffin. So I hated him.
It's like what you were saying, Scott. I think that's what I noticed when I was growing up in fandom when the new Doctors happened. It was amazing how Tom Baker's the greatest Doctor. Then it was like Peter Davidson's the greatest Doctor. Then it's like Tom Baker sucks. You suck. And then all these
Colin Baker. Ken Hart loves Colin Baker.
Colin Baker.
You get used to them. It's interesting because and the funny thing is I did not like Hartnell because his character is really
he's an asshole.
And he's a real asshole those first 14 episodes and first few series. And it's interesting to whether they planned it or not, or just said, look, tone it down. Kids think you're scary. It's interesting to feel like the companions humanized him, that they rubbed off of him, and he sort of thinks twice about being an asshole. Because by the end of the Hartnell episodes, I was like, I don't want him. I thought he was great. I just really got it. I was comfortable, and I was like, no, don't go. So I stopped watching a little bit into Troughton because I got to take a break. Hartnell's got. Also, what's really nice about the stuff that was put up is that they put a lot of extras from the DVDs up on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Oh.
So lots of interviews with actors, writers, set designers, and it's just all fascinating. Where they were filming and when they moved and when the budgets were cut and how it just really good background material on all of that. Why we got rid of this actress, why this episode's here, because we were stuck and had to do 2 episodes to transition.
Yeah. And
it was all done in the 90s, so they got a lot of people on film. So they got the woman who played the first the granddaughter.
Well, she was in the latest shows. She did
really
cameos. She was supposed to have a bigger part, but I
think she just passed away. Not sure. No,
we're talking
they got the 2 people who played the teachers.
Oh right. Oh.
And they got he's a villain in a bunch of them. I won't be able to remember his name, but he's all over British television shit. But it's just also just guys who there's a lot of people who talk about how Hartnell fucked up a lot, and they'd have to cover for him because he was gay. And also he was haughty and kind of obnoxious to this staff, but at the same time he was extremely protective of Doctor Who, and he didn't care for the job at first. And they talk about how he grew into it and started to feel grandfatherly towards everyone. He didn't want people to leave. He didn't want people to leave the show. He would take them to dinner and try to convince them not to leave. So it was just. They talk about how they knew his career was winding down, and it was great that he was Doctor Who. But he knew he was sad when it ended because he knew that he really wasn't going to be doing anything else.
Did
Yeah.
you see the drama the BBC made about that?
No.
They did a few years back I think it's called Adventures in Time and Space.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, they introduced the actor who's been playing Hartnell in the modern series. The Hartnell Doctor has appeared a couple of times.
Oh my God! Really? They've been doing that three doctors.
And
Holy
Reese
shit.
Shearsmith plays the Troughton guy who shows up at the end, and I was kind of hoping he would play Troughton in modern stuff.
Wouldn't it be weird? That would be
should-
interesting. Do it for a couple of seasons. Bring back.
I think
the old-
well, the thing is, I was going to say though, with
different.
Troughton, have you seen the Dalek episodes of the Troughton? There's 2 Dalek episodes, and they're not written by Terry Nation, so they feel totally and utterly different.
I think I'm watching the ones with the Daleks. There's an early one. He kind of gets there's one that's only like 2 or 3 stories in with the Daleks.
Well, I think his first episode, Troughton's first episode, is
and they're like trapped in some society
planet.
that he hides in a. No, that's earlier. Yeah, I think that I watched that one.
And then there's one where he basically programs Daleks to be nice, and that creates a race of Daleks that are kind of nice and playful and have
Like
fun.
the Eccleston one with the Dalek, the last of his kind. I thought that was terrific.
Yeah, that was.
I felt
just
bad
called
that.
Dalek, wasn't it? That episode.
I think so.
I think.
Think so.
And we were like, come back, Dalek, come back. So cute. But it's funny how almost every franchise turns around to a point where it's like, look, everyone likes Godzilla. Everyone loves these Ultraman monsters. And they do a kind version of them. What did you make eyes for? Did you just make eyes at the Ultraman monsters? Was that you being snappish?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I was thinking about getting something because I have a toy that relates to what we're talking about.
What were you thinking about getting?
Hold on.
A sandwich? I'm hungry. But it's funny because there's a good Dalek. There's a Godzilla fights for Japan. Right now, there's several of the monsters from Ultraman are kind of like spokespersons. That they don't want to see them getting killed all the time, and
I mean, like, we love safe versions of monsters. I mean,
right?
I think it's the same impulse that leads to cuddly Cthulhu's.
What the hell is that?
This is it's actually wrong, but it's a button. It's kind of hard to see because
Vulcan Earth Examiner, Accord All Access, Green Ghost.
In that Troughton episode, he finds a dead guy who's come to investigate stuff. He takes this badge off and he puts it on, and it allows him to go wherever he wants to go.
Where did they make that?
It's some guy online, but it's I think it's something's wrong. It's not Accord All Access. It's like allow all access.
That's okay.
So
it'll be a trivia thing on a DVD. Yeah. Do they make other stuff?
Yes. I have a unit button, like a big boy.
Oh, I like that.
I ordered that like a year and a half ago. It's good to be
Who was the doctor in the episode? Actually, it might have been where they found oh God, now I can't remember. They're going through the sewers. They were like big monsters that were going through the sewers, and then the like they just found they animated one of them.
Is it the Yeti in the sewers?
Yes, it's the Yetis in the sewers.
Right, it's the first I'm sorry.
Wasn't it the London Underground, not the sewers?
Yes, it is the London Underground. You're right. They built it. You see it over and over, but it's not the commander. What is that guy's name? He's in tons of
Brigadier.
Episodes.
Yeah, the Brigadier.
Is that the first Brigadier?
I think so. Yeah.
Who was the doctor in that one?
It's Troughton.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because the Yetis are Troughton episodes.
Correct me. I love it. They're just guys in the underground shooting Yeti, guys in ridiculous Yeti suits.
Oh yeah, and it's that whole kind of, because there's a similar one with Cybermen that attack London, and I think the Brigadier comes back for that, and he's the Brigadier then. Because he's like just not the Brigadier. He's the same character, but I think
he shows up as another character before the Brigadier somewhere.
Does he?
They use a lot of actors over and over. Well,
yes.
Because I was watching it in order because I was going nuts. I was like,
yeah, because you're nuts.
Oh, because I binge. I love to just go, give me number one, and I will not stop. I don't want to have it work for a living. I just want to watch that.
Well, we've been at this for 3.5 hours, guys. Do you want to?
Now we're going to do our Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah, right.
and it's going to be called Allow All Access or Admit All Access.
My problem with Doctor Who is I feel like I would have to rewatch it to know that what I'm saying isn't wrong again.
I'll watch it with you.
Because I don't want to rewatch it. I really
Why
don't.
not? Why are you so mad?
I'm a grouch. I can't help it.
You are a grouch. You are a grouch. So under my name next time we do this, it's going to say Doctor Who enthusiast. Dr. K. Dr. K. I wonder what Professor K. I wonder what they call him in Spanish. Dr. K. They never actually call him Doctor Who ever, right?
No. They make a few jokes along those lines.
That.
But
is Peter Cushing Doctor Who in the movies, though?
Yes.
Oh,
and I've never seen them. Those are Amicus films, I think.
Yeah, they're not.
Nobody likes them. Nobody
weird.
likes them, but I still want to see them.
I remember seeing them at the cinema as a kid, but I haven't seen them since then.
Yeah.
And obviously, the first one obviously did well enough that they were able to do the second one, but nobody seemed to be. I think Peter Cushing is a great choice for the Doctor.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to think the films are any good. But I don't see. You have to buy them. I can't seem to find them anywhere.
Yeah.
I finally was able to watch Quatermass and the Pit after trying to track it down.
Well, the TV program.
No, I've never seen the TV program. I'm dying. I'm dying to. And I've never seen the new one.
The TV program's even better than the film, but yeah.
Which sounds very depressing. I was reading a book on Nigel Neal, and I said, "Fuck it, I'll read the spoilers." And while people are iffy on the execution, I think the story itself is really interesting and is a bummer. But yeah, I watched the internet.
Again, British media, Evan.
I know it really is.
We are not a happy people.
Japan also. A lot of TV shows, you're like, oh, your parents are dead. Hey, Ultraman, and they'll chop the parents. Kamen Rider, very mean and a lot of downer stuff. But it was on the internet. I found it on the Internet Archive, and I rewatched it, and I was very happy with that.
But as grim as Quatermass and the Pit is, compared to Quatermass, the TV series, the John Mills one.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That is nihilistic as fuck. I love that.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I've only read the storyline, and I was so depressed going through that. I was just like, oh, it makes perfect sense, but boy, is it.
I mean, that's proper cosmic horror. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not a nostalgic look at our character. It's just wow. But I thought it's pretty hardcore. But I heard it's not great television necessarily. Didn't they smash it down into a movie?
Yeah, they did. Don't bother with that.
No, I'd like to see the whole. Yeah. I would love to see the Pit, the TV thing, but I've never been able to find it. I've watched the Quatermass Experiment. Is that the second one?
Oh, that's the first one.
The first one.
The second one is just called Quatermass 2.
I've watched that one twice, and I've watched the movie
And have you ever encountered the Quatermass memoirs?
No.
That's a radio series that they
did.
Yes,
I wanted to. I have not been able to.
It's really interesting because it's Quatermass looking back over his career, and it's like a mixture of news broadcasts, stuff where Quatermass is talking to this reporter, and then little snippets that are recorded from or taken from the various TV shows. But then it also sort of acts as an introduction to the final Quatermass series as well.
Oh, wow.
Because it pretty much ends up with him about to head off and go into the events of that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting character, especially because he's not deeply gone into. No. Like, you understand his character, but his personality and some of his thoughts, but it's not like they've delved into, his past or, they don't really go hardcore on explaining him, which is interesting.
And also like the Hartnell Doctor, he's an absolute arsehole. Which, is rare for a protagonist like that.
I don't think he's much. Yes, he's tough to deal with.
Does Nigel Neal ever write very likable heroes or hero-y?
No, not that I. No, actually, I'm
no,
Moraine. No.
Yeah. No. None of the stories in Beasts.
But I feel sorry for the girl in the first one, the telekinetic girl.
Oh yeah.
She's a mess. But yeah, a lot of Beasts is wow, it's just depressing. I gotta try to find a copy of the book of Beasts because I really like Neil a lot,
Yeah.
and this yeah, the series was, I found a lot of it depressing. I mean, really good but
I
depressing. Oh
I
shit, right? There's the one where they're listening to the radio.
during Barty's
Uh,
party, yeah.
oh my god, gee
Yeah,
whiz.
I, I mean, I've probably mentioned this before, but I mean, Beasts was one of my big formative experiences with horror. I saw that on TV when I was 10 years old, or
I
whenever
was
it was
flipped
that it
out.
came
I
out,
would have lost my
and
fucking mind.
and I yeah and I watched. I mean, some of the episodes like during Barty's party and Buddy Boy had kind of creeped me out, and
Buddy
then
Boy is very
it's a
bizarre.
really weird. And then the final one, the one I watched that really broke me was Baby.
Baby is the best one.
Jesus.
Baby is
Yeah.
effed up,
Yeah.
really effed up. I like watching the British mystery and horror type shows that I'm trying to remember the one that I watched that it was some folk horror episodes of, but they blur, between thriller and some of the afternoon shows were not horror shows; they were just anthology one-offs, and they
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have said this, but formative for me is there's a thing called Mystery of the Week, or it was originally called Wide World of Mystery of the Week. It was the idea that ABC channels would show later movies, so they would be able to just kind of take some ad revenue they didn't take. So they produced original movies, and then they got Thriller, the Brian Clemens
right.
series. And when I was a kid, my mom we'd watch this. My father worked a late shift, and sometimes we'd stay up and wait for my father to come home from work. And it was terrifying because they would show these little snippets of Thriller that it would be like, what the hell's going on? Because I was, maybe 8 or 9 or 10 years old, and it scared the living shit out of me.
I watched a couple of Thrillers and I enjoyed them, and I'm trying to.
Stevie and I went through the whole show. There's a DVD set, and we went through from the first one to the
It's
last
on
one.
Tubi. Tubi has the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the weird Orson Welles series that he introduces.
Oh, the Great Mysteries, or the mysteries.
Pleasant. Donald Pleasance is great in the one that he's in. I think McGee is. You see a lot of familiar faces in those.
Yeah.
They're pretty neat. They're based. A lot of them are based on short stories, and yeah, it's just Orson Welles looking. He's just like, here's Orson Welles in an alley. And then he does some shtick where you can see him reading the cue cards, and he's just,
Well, supposedly he didn't, they were like, okay, Orson, here's what you got to read. It's like, I'm not reading that shit.
Yeah, he would just
Orson Welles.
he would just go with it and stuff.
Putting on a fake nose and reading my own shit.
But they're pretty nifty shows. The Christopher Lee one is really good, and the Donald Pleasance one is great because he's a bit of a scallywag, and it's like you get to see him not being a put upon guy or a complete maniac. He's like just a criminal, I think.
Scott, what about Tales of the Unexpected? Was that?
Oh yeah.
your thing, growing up?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But,
They freak me out.
I mean, I'd grown up reading Roald Dahl. I mean, both his children's stories, but also, I moved on to his adult stories pretty quickly when I was like 9 or 10, and so I'd read a lot of them before watching Tales.
I didn't read his kids' stories until after I read his horror stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why that. It just was luck of the draw.
I think they were much bigger in the UK. Than
We were getting them all years ago when the kid was going through them all. So I would read them, and I was like, they're the twits. They're hilarious. The witches. Yeah. Oh, I did know. I think I may have read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because the movie spread it around. But I didn't. The BFG.
And there was
James and the Giant Peach was I think my favorite when I was a kid.
Right.
And when we were young, there was an Tales of the Unexpected omnibus, which kind of was a cheap hardcover you could get in
I didn't see
big
that.
box stores that had all those stories in it, Skin and.
I found Tales of the Unexpected very strange because that opening doesn't tell you. That opening is very creepy, but it doesn't really tell you what this show is.
And also, I mean, the show itself was just so variable in the kinds of things because,
Sure.
it wasn't just like a horror anthology. Some of them
Was it
were
just his stuff?
Black.
It was just
It was just all Roald Dahl stories.
You
So
get
it was some of them were black comedies, some of them were sort of mysteries,
I've
and
seen a bunch of them,
and
but
some
you
were
get-
just out and out horror. Yeah,
They had the royal jelly.
yeah.
Because they decided to show that thing, and it was like, yikes.
Well, what I'll do is, as my fanboy nuttiness is, sometimes I'll watch ones that were originally on Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Yeah, I
watch
like
their
that.
version,
Yeah.
and then I'll watch the Tales of the Unexpected.
What's the famous story that got adapted? The man from,
Well, there's the man from the South.
like
That's the guy
The Man
that
from the
that's
which is terrific,
he can light a lighter 10 times in a row, where they'll cut off his finger.
right?
And then there's
Isn't Queen in
Land
that
of the
one?
Sorter, which is famous about the.
Oh, my mother told me about. I knew about that one because my mother was
Yeah.
really into that, and she told me about. You can kill somebody with a leg of lamb and then put it in the freezer and
Yes.
serve it to the cops.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, great stuff.
Absolutely
Great stuff.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. He hates me because I'm Jewish, but he's
Yeah.
terrific.
Oh, he's dead now.
Oh, I know. Trample, trample, trample. Did you ever see the show that he hosts? I can't remember what it was like. I think it was Roald
Roald
Dahl
Dahl.
Stories, and he hosts them, and it's in black. It's like kinescopes back in the
Oh,
day.
right. Like they were like something of tomorrow. Right. Those were really early, like
Really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Oh,
I watched them
that's
all.
good for me.
I think that they're on YouTube, and it's like Roald Dahl something. What the hell? You'll find it easy enough if you look it up. But I mean,
Yeah.
they were interesting. I think that they, God,
I think it is far
far
out.
out. I think you're right. I
Huh.
think you're right.
Oh right. God. Yeah.
It's pretty. It was entertaining, if nothing else, as getting to see Roald Dahl, not caring because it's kind of loose. He's like, well, and if you see this, you'll.
Scott, did you get things like One Step Beyond and the Boris Karloff thriller stuff?
No. I mean, the stuff that because I grew up in Hong Kong,
Right.
the stuff that we got on TV was quite limited, and so it was like it was a mixture of British and American stuff. So,
Right.
but I mean, the big programs I remember, the big horror programs I remember influencing me as a kid, were certainly Beasts, Night Gallery, and Kolchak the Night Stalker.
And of
Those were the
course,
big three.
I just watched the zombie episode tonight for Halloween.
Oh, the zombie episode still is good.
Scares the shit out of you.
Kolchak, like you guys were talking about, you saw a snippet of something or you saw this show. Kolchak was what, 75? 75? I can't remember that.
74, maybe it is
something
75.
So I'm 9 or 10, and I'm over at a friend's grandparents' house, and it's one of those, everybody sit around and watch TV. I loved horror and stuff. It wasn't even a great episode, but it was the episode with the Native American who lived up on the roof. It was Richard Keel.
Oh yeah.
Oh God,
And-
yes, yeah.
The scene where he just puts his hand, and I if I remember this right, he puts his hand on the window of somebody's car, and it just like rolls down or something like that. But when he's doing the ritual up on the roof, and Kolchak is sidling, I mean, I was literally get behind an adult in a chair, scared. It stayed with me. It stayed with me a long time. He's got a fire going. It was just super damn creepy. And the Louisiana swamp monster.
Yes.
I caught a bit of that, and it's really not as good as you want it to be, but it's Kolchak's like Columbo. A bad episode, you still get to have the guy.
Right.
But also when you're 9 or 10.
Oh yeah.
The
Spanish
stuff like
moss
this is.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
The Spanish moss murders. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, watching those as a kid is a trippy experience.
Yeah. For us, it was available. Like I remember what. Yeah, I looked it up. It's from 74. I remember watching it when it was on. But there was a thing. Channel 2 was CBS for us.
Yeah, when they combine them.
And at late night they would show.
Yeah.
Well, they would show the show, and there was also movies. They would cut two episodes together and have like Darren McGavin go, I gotta go get the eye in the hospital.
Oh
monster.
God, yes.
They're really
yes.
they would do they recorded voiceovers so that they'd extend the shot and they'd freeze it sometimes. And he'd be looking at something else. I couldn't do anything about goblins because I had to go deal with hippogriffs.
Yeah.
It's just so they just slap two episodes together and they cut them up and it's like.
But CBS showed Kolchak, they showed the Avengers, they showed the new Avengers, they showed the Return of the Saint.
Yeah.
So that
Ian
was
Ogilvy.
Yeah, watching that when we were growing up.
Oh man, the Avengers. Well, Channel 7 was rerunning the Avengers late at night for a while, and that's the story where me and Brian. The only episode, there's one episode of the Avengers that's a murder mystery. It's the only one where you don't know who the killer is, and we're watching it at 4:30 in the movie to 5:30 in the morning, and we're exhausted. We'd been up all night, and they cut the last 3 minutes out to start, and they start the news. And Brian, our friend Brian, gets so mad. He calls up the local ABC and he doesn't even know what to say. He goes, "How does the Avengers end?" The Avengers. It was great. He goes, because first he's like, "Hi, we were watching the Avengers episode, and you cut it out, and then he's like, how did the Avengers end?" It was
brilliant.
I mean, it was I still don't know how that one ends. I still have to, because I don't remember it. But yeah, the Avengers was wow.
Matt Levy did something like that for us in the later 80s. Me and my friend Frank and Pat Miller for a while did a show called Video Coffee House, which was
the infamous Pat Miller.
Right. It was community access cable, which I guess you understand what that means, Scott. It's like,
oh yeah.
All right, because I'm not really sure. So the thing is, we got training. We went to go there, and we were one of the first shows that was going to premiere. And the studio was so new; they had robots that would put tapes in, and it didn't work. So our show was supposed to be on 2. We were having people at Jim Hanley's house. We were having a party there. The people were over, and whatever. It was supposed to premiere at 2, at 2, at 3 calls. And this guy Matt Levy calls up. He calls that he's a politician from the borough president's office. Going, "What's wrong with your station? We're waiting for the premiere of Video Coffee House. It's very important."
But
now I interned there, so we would get. It's like, I don't. What happened? Why would people call it up for your stupid show?
Did they put it on?
What?
Did they put it on? Because
it eventually went on. They eventually realized the robot didn't put the tape in right. Now
we've talked about Matt on other live streams that we've done. He's the guy who, when he was hot, put his feet in the ice box, sitting on a chair on a table.
Right.
And he's also the guy who drove the wrong way up a hill on Staten Island at high speed with me in the car and flew off into the air. And if a car was coming, we would have been dead.
Right.
Jesus.
It was a 4-lane road, and he just decides, watch this. He was. Right. He also wore a cloak and would quote Doctor Strange and run off out of the comic book store on the wings of Watum.
Yeah, he was staying at a friend's house whose father had died, and his father was a heavyset gentleman. He was a heavyset gentleman, and the dead gentleman would wear cowboy outfits. So he found the cowboy hat, and he would take the lampshade off and just have a bare bulb shining so the window would light up, and as a silhouette, he would slowly walk past the windows like he was the ghost of this guy in a cowboy hat. So the neighbors would think it was a ghost. Now I would love to get 3 hours of sleep in a row. Yeah. That's all I want.
Pat Miller is a miniseries, and Matt is a series of movies, and they're all very, very real, and somehow they're both alive. Everybody has those friends who shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, and, those wacky adventures.
And it's like riding around with Dirty Harry. You don't want to be in the passenger seat because you won't make it to the next film. We should wrap this up, but I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. Scott, great to see you. Thanks. I got a nice list now between
Thanks
your
for
list
joining us.
and everything.
God willing, maybe we'll see you next year if the book survives.
If we're allowed to have the internet and we're not pressed into the military.
There was a lot of just to say there was a lot of people talking amongst themselves and seeming to have a good time in the chat. Thank you. If we didn't get to your question, sorry. We're very we're lucky.
Unprofessional. We're very unprofessional.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat donuts now.
Right. So I'm gonna count us down. Just thanks everybody for joining. Oh, where the fuck's the camera? Thanks everybody.
Thanks very much. And we hope to get back to the podcast
as soon as I wash my kitchen floor, which is filthy.
But the only movie he's watched is The Lamp, aka The Outing.
No, well, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Jack Be Nimble. Or whatever
gets us to record a new episode.
Whatever gets me to wash the fucking kitchen floor.
And I'll help. Oh, no.
I don't want you to help. It's embarrassing.
What are you talking
You don't know
about?
what's down there.
Did you call me the help?
No, I said I don't
You
want
said
you to
not
help.
Oh,
You just said you'd fucking help.
but
So
then
what am I going to call you?
I rescinded the offer immediately. It's not right.
Bye, everybody. I'm shutting this stream off.
Take care,
Bye,
Scott.
bye, bye.
Talk to you soon, I hope.
1, 2, 3. I'm pushing the button. I'm pushing
Thanks
the
a
other
lot.
button.
All right.
I think the stream.